This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Everywhere. This game is so pretty.
Hey everybody, what is going on? Mav here, Fun Speculation here on YouTube, and this is Xbox Ultimate Podcast, episode number 58. We have assembled an outstanding panel for you today. With we have 6 of the 7 here. We're still missing Lupa. Shout out to you, Lupa. Hopefully you're doing well. We do miss you, and we can't wait for you to be back here with us. But besides that, we have 6 of us here, and we have 2 amazing guests this week. We went with 2 guests because I couldn't just not have both of these people on at the same time. It just sounds like it would be a blast. And one of those people, because ladies first, is Phasma. We've been playing a lot of games with Phasma lately. She's one of the no-gooders from our Red Dead crew, and she's always rustling up some trouble. So what's up, Phasma? How are you doing?
Yeah, she is.
Don't tell my secrets. Hi. I'm Angela, also known as Phasma. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah.
I love all of you guys.
Yeah, you just
we love you too.
We love you too.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Oh, just kidding. I take it back.
And then we have a guy that if you're familiar with this Xbox community, this gaming community, you're familiar with this dude because he's made the rounds. He also has a channel that is just exploding. I think he's up to 1,300 roughly subs now on that channel. Just continues amazing growth, bringing positivity and facts and also knowledge to YouTube and the gaming sphere out there, everybody. So I want to give a huge shout out and welcome to one and only 108 Dragons TV, aka Lemon. What's up, Lemon? How you doing, dude?
What's good, baby? Yo, listen, man. Usually when I see y'all, I'm in y'all chats, even with you kind of make me sick because I'll be ready to go to bed and then I get a pop-up saying you are streaming some game live that I possibly don't want to play. And I'll be up with you for 2 more hours and in your chat like a technician. Yeah, so you see this, type it, and I'll be dead, bloodshot, red type, ready to go to bed. But thank y'all for having me. Y'all an amazing panel, man. Ready to get into this gaming information, and thank y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah, dude.
I'm probably gonna receive some hate mail later, but I'll be all right.
No, you'll be all right, bro. You'll be all right.
I know one thing. I should have stirred this damn drink because now all the vodka's on top. It's like taking shots.
Oh no! Hey, that may be a good thing. We'll have some fun tonight. And shout out to my mother-in-law in the chat. What's up, Susie? How are you doing? We also got
Hi.
We also have a lot of awesome people
Awesome.
there. Rick Payne, Peter, Micah, Timmy, Tony Grasso, Mario, Vic the Click, Alex, Chet. Oh, just so many names. Amazing people here. Thank you all for tuning in and being here nice and early for this show. We're gonna have some interesting conversation tonight. Because Xbox has maybe they're missing something. Well, no, we'll have some fun discussions. Before we get to it, though, ladies first to my heart, my lovely wife, Kaitlin. What's up, baby?
Not much. Hi, Mom. I thought you were about to forget our intros again.
I almost did. You caught me. Yeah, I almost
Rick
did.
Payne, stop flirting with my mother.
Oh, yeah. You gotta watch out for him, Susie. Then we have the always fun Lady AF.
She's a good time.
She's the best.
A good time. Yes, the always fun. It's my favorite catchphrase for me.
Super fun.
Always catchphrase. The always fun lady. No, I'm happy to be back. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So did the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, we're
Got
glad
over
you're
that.
feeling better.
did not
Yeah.
die. So
You look a lot better.
I
Yay.
am here. And
Psychonauts
today is like the first day
crazy.
where I really felt like 100%, and it's like totally like upped my mood. I just feel like I am in a good mood today, and I am happy to be here. This guy is just down there chugging vodka. I am actually
I'm about to slow down.
almost 2 weeks sober right now. So that is a thing
Wow.
that I am. I
Congratulations.
know. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice.
I'm trying. So
Yep.
yeah,
That's
but it is a thing that I am doing. So yeah, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to talk all things Xbox
Heck yeah.
and not all things PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There'll be a little bit of PlayStation talk this week because it is going to relate to Xbox. So
I
to
know.
be
I
fair.
know.
But yeah, to your point, this is going to be about Xbox. Then we have the amazingly talented creative man that is an NFT magic dude. What's up?
He's an
3-Bit?
enigma at
Yeah.
this point. He's an enigma. He shows up mysteriously and then
Yeah.
disappears for a while. Then
Like a
comes back
shadow in the night.
with a new talent, with something else
Right.
going on.
With
Look at
with
this
where you
guy.
find out a fact about him, like he was. Did y'all know who was on Saved by the Bell?
No, he wasn't.
I'm just kidding. I mean, it might as well be true though.
I was like, were you even
what?
born then?
He was the baby. Somebody was carrying a
Yeah,
baby.
he was a baby
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
What's up, 3-Bit?
It's like I didn't know I was on that show. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
even
everyone.
think he's ever watched that show because we were talking
Yeah.
about Kelly
Listen,
one
I
time, and
watched
he's like,
that
"Who's
Is-
that?"
hold on.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I did.
You
I
did
did.
not
I
watch
watched
it.
Get
that
outta
show.
here.
You did not
Okay.
watch it.
They
They've
watched
been,
the college
guys
years.
behind the scenes. They've been bullying me. Okay. Like there's like all these different shows or comedies. I guess I haven't watched. So I'm going down the
3-Bit,
list.
we have to bully you.
Guys,
Rose.
I
Come
will
on.
Hold
not
on.
put the list.
Hold on.
If I put the list of
wait,
comedies
wait,
you
wait.
haven't seen on
How old is
Twitter,
he?
oh my god.
3-Bit,
How
he's
old?
You're
18.
20.
Oh, he hasn't seen Saved by the Bell.
No.
I did
Dude.
watch it a little bit.
He probably watched
all
like
right,
an
all right,
attempted
Oh my god.
an attempted
Clip on
comeback.
YouTube doesn't count.
The Saved by the
Yeah,
Bell
my daughter's
reunion
19. How could
episode.
he have
Probably
watched
like watched the season when they were like in the summer.
I watched it. Yeah, it would be like
the
on.
beach
I'm
one,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it would
Mhm.
just be like on, and I'm like, I would watch like Boy Meets World or something.
The college years
All right, I'll
doesn't
give
count
it. I'll
either,
give
bro.
it. Right? Can't watch. No.
Wait, did you watch Boy Meets World or Girl Meets World?
Both, actually.
How
Yeah.
was Girl Meets World?
It was-
I remember.
It was okay.
It had its moments.
How did 3-Bit's
No.
intro turn into a
I don't
TV show
I don't know.
topic?
I feel like it always happens.
No,
like this, but,
I just want to
yeah.
ask: is 3-Bit the love child of Lisa Turtle and Screech?
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
Oh, they could be. Look at that.
I don't know.
hair.
Is Screech Portuguese?
Oh,
I love you.
Who
Three.
knows?
Screech is Portuguese.
Oh.
Dustin Diamond.
It's because
Is-
Dustin Diamond has those dimples.
Yeah, didn't Dustin Diamond
Had
pass
those
away
nipples.
or something recently?
did.
Yes.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did
Rest,
porn.
rest in peace, Screech.
What?
He
Like,
did
you
porn.
said- what did you
Oh my
just
God.
He did.
do porn,
He
but
did.
let's
He
not
did.
talk about that, guys.
Did he?
Goodness.
Yes.
Yes, a very, very, very specific kind.
Specific. Oh, I'll learn about that.
Tell.
Okay.
Oh, so
And
you're gonna go look it up? Okay.
the mellow
Oh.
fellow. Moving on. The mellow fellow from outer space, one and only Psychonauts.
Really, that was my intro.
No,
Yeah, that was the intro.
yeah, you don't get to say anything else. That was it.
Oh, Lord.
What's up,
Fine,
Psycho?
I'll take it.
Oh, what's up? I'm alive. That's all I gotta
Yay.
say. I'm
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, you party
Yes.
hardied.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
You worried me. Don't do that again.
I tell you what, I can say is that drive home. Holy shit!
I'm glad you made it home.
Gotta make it. Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to be here.
I was looking up to see if there was any like obituaries or anything.
Right?
Jesus.
I was
Well, I went to the concert and like just went radio silent for 2 days.
Yeah.
So
And on
That
this
much
day, the
recovery
mellow
time.
fellow from outer space has moved on. Then we also have the encyclopedia of gaming dating back to the very first game ever created, the one and only Pong Soul. What is up, Pong? How are you doing, dude?
Good. Another Friday night, and we just got more gaming news this week. We got a lot to talk about because we got a lot of questions for Xbox. But family, it is so great to see you all. We got Phasma in the house, the amazing Phasma, who
Thank
is just awesome. Love playing games with her. been in chat with her for a long time, so it's always great to get somebody like that on here that I've had that connection with. And then, of course, my man Lemon, who's going to bring the energy, who's going to bring the facts, because that's what he does on his channel each and every week. Great to have you here, brother. Glad you could make it with us. So yeah, for sure. So no, we got a great night here, Mav. I can't wait to get down to this because, man, I need a hero. Let's go.
Oh man.
Oh,
You went there.
a
huh?
solo.
Okay. All right. I feel it. And before we get started with the hero topic, I want to give a shout out to the speculators in the house, and also because I want to give like a verbal. I put it on the screen. You see the name scrolling up above on the screen, but I want to make sure they get the attention as well for to hear on the audio platforms and all of that and above. So shout out to Phasma, Geezer Prime, God's Geeks, Mario, Loya, KhAos Theory, Reign of the Third Eye, Jasper Gaming, 3-Bit, Matt Byrnes, Lord Ruffness, Italian Clowns, AssassinLupa, Pong Soul, KY Bob, Micah Ford, Caper Grant, Deadwolf, Fastback, Monster 530, Back from Dead, and Infinite. Thank you all, guys. You're very much appreciated. All the support is amazing for the channel, so you guys rock. Now, guys, we had a PlayStation showcase the other day, and there's a lot of mixed opinions based on like kind of what they showed. I personally thought they had a great show because there was some fire games that they unveiled, right? But this show particularly here is not about PlayStation, so we won't get too deep into grading their show. But the other topic that came from this was kind of like, is there some things that are missing from the Xbox lineup? Because if you are a Xbox only gamer, if you are only fortunate enough to be able to afford one console, you're out there and you're looking and you're like, okay, I see that this console over here has got Spider-Man, it's got Wolverine, you know, and this console doesn't, right? So when you're trying to make that choice as an individual, sometimes those things can have an impact depending on what you're fans of, and especially for a large casual crowd when trying to decide what console you want based on what games are out there. So does Xbox need to invest and somehow get their own superhero game on the Xbox platform? And that's a fair question, I think, because it was one thing when it was just one. Now we got the two most popular Marvel superheroes, arguably exclusive games on one platform, and you know they're going to be good because they're Insomniac, right? So that kind of creates like, oh man, like what is that a space that Xbox is missing in? We'll go to Phasma first, actually, here, because I'm curious.
Oh, no,
like,
me.
You're on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot, ladies first, and you're a guest. So,
Just kidding.
like, what do you think that's something that they should look at doing, or do you think it's something that's missing, or do you not care?
Do you mean superheroes in general?
Well, they got
Or
superheroes, but like that, you know, like they got some multiplats, right? But
Mhm.
nobody really likes those games, right? Because you got Avengers, you got Guardians coming, right?
Guardians,
But you know, something to compare to like that Spider-Man or Wolverine announcement that is coming from PlayStation.
Is Halo not enough? I'm just kidding. It. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth.
Mhm.
I don't like exclusives as it is.
Right.
Even timed ones. So I don't know. I guess I'm really torn. I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have asked me first, but
No, it's okay. Like it's okay to be torn on this because like it, you know, exclusivity is not necessarily something that I care about personally either, right? Because for me it's not about those games being exclusive. It's about the Xbox brand not having one on their platform, right? So even if they were to somehow get something kickstarted, the exclusivity for me doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot as long as Xbox gamers get to have that experience, right? So,
Xbox has a lot of positive aspects to it right now anyways, which is why I switched to Xbox this gen. It wasn't about the games. It was about the console itself and what it has to offer. I really like Game Pass. So Xbox has a lot going for them to bring people to their console anyways. But in terms of games, I hate exclusives, but sure. I think Bethesda will bring a lot of great games in the future. I know that those are a long time away. But we'll be having that same conversation when those come out for PlayStation.
That's true. That's because they're going to be missing that kind of experience over there too, right? With those big open world RPGs and stuff. So, you know, that's a good point. Lemon, dude, what's your take, man? Like, do we need like a Batman exclusive, or like, do we need something like that on Xbox?
Listen. Microsoft has been opening their wallets and checking Sony this generation. They need to check Sony ass and get that Batman. Listen, I have a PS5, you got a PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But for Xbox community, they need a superhero, not Superman, not nobody else. They need Batman. And being that the next Injustice is not being made because NetherRealm don't know what's happening with this whole, IPs with WB and the situation of auctioning off with AT&T and all this other stuff. Microsoft needs to take a stand. I'm not saying buy another IP, but buy Batman. Give your console and your Xbox community a game that's loved by both sides.
Yep.
Because I'm a Spider-Man dude. When I bought my PlayStation, I re-bought the original Spider-Man with Miles Morales, right? Because I'm a Marvel dude. Now, I was excited to see this Wolverine. I'm a Wolverine dude and Incredible Hulk dude. So now, I said, God damn, they got another superhero exclusive? And this is coming from somebody who owns both platforms. So of course they got to make a move. Otherwise, what we're going to do? Sit around just, okay, we got Bethesda. They don't make superhero games. And we all know what happened to KOTOR. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah.
So Microsoft need to open their bank and say, listen, WB, what we doing? Don't buy the whole damn company. Buy the IP. You got enough studios. You got plenty of work to give around. Listen, you paying these 401ks, these dental plans and medical bills. You need to pay Batman. We need Batman. And I'm talking about like yesterday because I was just like, damn. I'm not selfish and say, well, I got a PS5. No, I'm like, well, the Xbox community needs a superhero. Buy Blade, buy somebody that you can make an awesome title. Because listen, buy Black Panther. Do something.
I have somebody superhero.
Oh, right. Wonder Woman, somebody. Because I kept saying like, okay.
Tank Girl, come on.
Xena.
Ooh, Tank Girl would be nice.
I want to forget that movie, but I'm just saying. But it's just like, come on. You got to open that wallet, man. You got to open that wallet.
Yeah, they have the wallet.
They have the bank. Drop the bag on them. Because like I said, NetherRealm was supposed to start another Injustice, and they didn't because they don't know where the IP is going to go and the characters. And listen, this is time for Microsoft to say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get Batman. We're going to get Batman, and we're going to build our own franchises and bring them over. They got to strike. And I'm not like they're desperate for games, because trust me, with those two superheroes locked in, they still can't compete with the ZeniMax deal.
No.
They're buying these little studios that don't even matter. I'm like, well, they've been making games for you anyway, and you didn't even pay that much for Insomniac. What, 239 million? Some stupid number. So it's not like they're making detrimental strides where Microsoft couldn't compete with them financially. We know who has more money. The wallet is open. So being that they got the black card, you go out there and go get Batman for your Xbox community, period. Because I was just like, damn, I got to buy this over there again. If it got multiplayer, I'm really going to be pissed because I don't play multiplayer on PlayStation. So it's just like,
who does?
I'm good, but
well, they already said there's not going to be
community,
multiplayer in Spider-Man. They said that today. There won't be multiplayer. So.
Yeah, it's single player.
Listen,
right.
Either way, Microsoft got to open them bank because how many times you going to let Sony sneak in a title and you like, how this happen again? You know what I'm saying? So nah, I'm not. I don't never harp on Microsoft this generation. I haven't been doing it because they're on fire, right? We all know they're on fire.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Sony's been digging their own holes, but do not let Batman slip into their hands, because if you do, the Xbox only community, not the people that have both consoles, the only community, the brand that we support, because that's our preferred platform. We gotta get they gotta get Batman. They gotta get back. I said it yesterday on NLG. Listen, I'm saying it again. They gotta get Batman, because this is crazy. Yeah. This is crazy.
Well, let's
Sony sneaky.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they do these deals and it works for them because they understand the marketing behind it, right? Vic the Click with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says #TTS Pong. Great episode, and I know this one is going to be a great one too. Shout out to Pong, a living split screen. I think he meant LLS.
No, he did not. I was on TTS this morning with Sean and Dirt. And
oh, really? Guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
Yep.
Heck yeah, man. I missed that.
Oh, you was on TTS?
Yeah, I was on TTS this morning.
I missed that one.
Yeah. I tweeted it out. Don't know where you guys
I was asleep. I was
asleep.
joking.
No, I know.
And then also our poll, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. As much faith as I have in Insomniac, Wolverine isn't Spider-Man. Part of what makes Spider-Man cool and fun is the web slinging. Wolverine just runs. LOL. I don't know. I got faith in Insomniac because like
Wolverine just runs.
Yeah, Wolverine.
No, that game's gonna be bloody and gory.
You know what?
And
That's insulting to Wolverine.
You know what, Mav? Let me respond to this guy.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't disagree with your opinion, but I'm going to tell you something. He does more than run. But I'm going to say this for the record. Wolverine is the weakest X-Men on the planet. Out of all the X-Men that's joined the X-Men, he is the bottom feeder. He's the favorite. But he's the favorite.
Yeah.
He is the favorite. If you look at all the mutants, he don't have none of their abilities. He can't move buildings. He can't lift but like 3-4 cars. But
he might be more powerful than Dazzler.
Or Nightcrawler.
He's got adamantium bones.
Right. No.
He's got
listen, this is one of my favorite characters. So
if this game doesn't have invincibility mode, I'm gonna run.
Well, he's one of my favorite characters. But I'm just saying, he's a fan favorite for a reason. Yeah, because he kicks ass. Doesn't matter if he don't sling webs. Spider-Man do not want to fight him. They fought in the comic books, and Spider-Man was in trouble. I'm just saying.
Well, Wolverine would tear Spider-Man to shreds.
Yeah. Wolverine has.
I love Spider-Man
his
too. But
story is great. Like he's just in general, like he has a great story, and like he's gory. Like I mean, that's where I think they're gonna go for this thing. Is they're just gonna make him a savage little fuck.
They better.
You know?
Better. They try to go PG on this shit.
Yeah, if they try to go PG, it's gonna be. It's not gonna go well at all.
Downplay his abilities. Don't do that, because Wolverine is a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
and he got the attitude to match.
The way they set up the cinematic trailer too, with like him in the bar, right, hanging out.
Right.
It seems like they're going more for that mature theme already. You know what I mean?
And it has to be somewhere in Canada, because you know how he give it up.
Pong, we were talking about this earlier, man.
Awesome.
Like, give it like what are your thoughts? How can Xbox figure this out, or do they need to?
Where you go? Are we deep diving this? Are we going?
Go.
Are we going all out?
Go for it right now, man. Look, I want to know where you're at.
Okay, so yeah, we did talk. We talked in the DMs right afterwards. I slept on it. I still feel the same. I don't agree with chasing trends very often. I think chasing trends is leads you to nowhere. But when it comes to superheroes and with how big the MCU especially has pushed superheroes, I think you have to on this one. This one needs to be addressed. And again, I've seen people on Twitter talking about, and this is coming from Xbox fans saying, why am I hearing all this whining going on that, about Xbox needs superhero games? We've got plenty of games over here. We got plenty of studios. Look, all that's true. We are rich with studios. We are about to be, well, we already kind of are, but coming the next 2 years, we are going to be beyond wealthy with games coming out of all these teams and these studios that Xbox has acquired. So this isn't whining about us chasing or trying to do what Sony's doing, because I agree, you don't always want to do that. This is about filling a hole that you have in your content with a genre in superheroes that is now extremely popular. Back in the day, superhero games were leave them or take them. They either came out pretty decent or they came out absolutely horrible, as did most licensed IP at the time, right? We very rarely got good licensed IP, whether it was movies, whether it was comics, it doesn't matter. But now that's changed.
Batman
and
changed
now if
that.
you yes, and if you get the right team, if you get the right studio doing this work, okay, you now have almost a surefire hit on your hands if you produce something that is well made and that is actually lives up to the hype. Now, again, we saw what happens when you don't in Avengers, right? But we've seen what happens now with Spider-Man and how big that's become with Insomniac. So I think flat out you have to fill this hole. I think you flat out have to go out and get it.
Okay,
Pause. While you get it, you go get this while it's available. And right now, and I agree with Lemon that they've got enough talented teams, but Microsoft has agreed to let these teams do what they want to. If any of these teams want to do a superhero IP, great. If you send out, if you get them all together and say, hey guys, look, we're looking for a team to do a superhero IP. Do any of you have any ideas? Any of you want to do this? And if any team raises their hand and says, yes, we'd love to do this, give it to them. That's fine. But at the end of the day, if you don't have that because they're so busy working on so many other projects right now, you've got the opportunity right now. You go pay WB, AT&T, Discovery, whoever the hell owns the studios over there. You go pay them whatever it takes, and you go get Rocksteady. You go get Monolith, because both of those studios have, at the end of the day, proved that they can handle licensed IP and create big time hits. Correct?
Actually, I didn't even think about Monolith. Yeah.
Yes, you go get both of those teams. Now you have two teams ready to rock and roll. Then you ask them, what IP that's available right now that other teams don't have? What IP do you guys want to work on? What is going to be the one that you put your heart and soul into? Whatever name they give you, whether it's Batman, whether it's Superman, I don't care what it is. You go pay what you have to. You bring that IP in and you get it done, and you let them go to work and you create a game. Okay, that's where I'm at with this. And I think honestly, at this point, with licensed IP, if you just look at the industry, licensed IP is becoming bigger and bigger, kind of like how Netflix is taking from the gaming world and creating shows that are big hits for them. You're starting to see game companies, especially on the Sony side, figuring out that licensed IP, if done well, can be big hits on gaming platforms. So I think you have to get ahead of that curve. We just heard rumors today that there might be a John Wick game coming out from the Sony camp, right? So I think now's the time you strike, and you have to get ahead of that curve. And I think why you do that is we've talked about this in the past. You've got all of these strengths now. We're basically Xbox is the home of the Western RPG right now. We've got first person shooters on lockdown, right? So Xbox is dominating certain genres right now. So what you do is you go get a team of studios to dominate the licensed IP section, because you find these hits coming out of here. Yeah, we've seen the movie industry take a dip. We've seen kind of things happen where some Hollywood talent is now moving elsewhere, like the game industry, but they're still going to be producing stuff. And what you do is you get ahead of the curve by getting with these big time movie studios and talking about what they got coming. I don't care what you got to do. Microsoft's big enough to go have a sit down with Disney and Marvel and sign all the NDAs you need to and go, look, give us your roadmap for the next 10 years. What do you guys got planned? How can we fit a video game in that cycles the same way the movies do? Or how about this? What have you cut that you're not going to be able to make a movie for, but you think that would make a great story for a video game? You go get that stuff. And then you know what? Then you've got that approval and you get it within the whole universe. And it's not like just a game, it's not like it's not just a Wolverine game or just a Spider-Man game. It ties in to the universe. And now you got a certified MCU game, right? That's how you get ahead of the curve. And then you start looking at other stuff. How cool would it be? Had Xbox been thinking about it a little bit ago, how cool would it have been to go get a Matrix title ready for the release of the new Matrix this year? Have you seen the hype around that trailer? That's
Yeah.
only going to build coming closer to December. How great would it be to finally have another Matrix?
I would say
game, which
the
a
only
lot
thing
of
they
people-
have comparing to that with the generating hype around release is probably that
Yeah.
Indiana Jones game,
Right,
right? Because that's going to
and
have
that's
a lot
going
of
to be
that.
fantastic. And if they hit on that, they're going to see that licensed IP works. So
Yeah.
so that's where I'm at. I think you go strike now. Like I said, I'm not about chasing trends. I'm not always about doing this. This is not about just, doing the same thing Sony's doing, right? Like we've heard calls for the third person over the shoulder action, story adventure, whatever you want to say. We've heard that call nonstop, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a genre that fits well into what you're trying to do, that gives you even more content for Game Pass. So when people are looking at all the games you have, and there's a lot, there's a ton, and there's diversity galore. Xbox is doing it the right way. But they are scrolling through and they're like, God, man, I'd really like to play a Batman. I really like to play a Superman. Man, I wish I had that, a game like the Spider-Man over there. And they're looking through Game Pass and they see you have one, or they see that you have one coming out and they know it's going to be in Game Pass day and date. That just adds to that value right there. So that's where I'm at with it. I think you got to go do this, and I think you got to do it now. You can't sit on this and wait. It has to be a plan that you put into action right now if they're not already doing it. Again,
I want to pose this question back to Phasma because she went first, actually. So, do you think, I know like you don't care about exclusives and all that stuff, right? But do you think if they had one of these games, like if they had a Batman or something, it would drive another audience to potentially look at moving into the Xbox ecosystem?
Yes, it would, without a doubt. Yes, I don't know what else to say,
No,
but
that's
I think it would. I mean, the problem is we can't even find consoles easily right now, so it's even more unfair. But
That's true too. Yeah. That's a good point. Psycho,
What's up, buddy?
what's up, dude?
No,
what do you want? What do you want to happen? Do you want Xbox to go for it, or?
Yeah, I want that to happen right there.
Oh,
Spawn.
yes.
I want Spawn.
Yes.
I remember Spawn being in Soul Calibur exclusive for Xbox, and that
Facts.
was huge. People
Soul
went
Calibur
nuts for
2.
that. That was insane because I was
Soul Calibur
we
2 was
played,
badass.
because they had Link for Nintendo, and I forget the guy.
I think it was Yoda. But
no.
Yoda
No,
or
that
Vader.
was-
It's either or.
Yeah, that was the next Soul Calibur.
Right,
this was,
right. Yeah,
was
yeah, that wasn't
Spawn.
two, right.
It was Spawn, Link, and the guy from Tekken. The guy with the
Yakuza?
diaper. I forget. He wore the
Hachi.
diaper.
Hachi.
Probably.
It's either Yakuza or Hachi. It's one of them.
So definitely having a comic book video game, like either going with the DC or a Marvel, but I think possibly maybe not going with Marvel, doing the DC, going with Spawn with an Image, or something along the line, Dark Horse, something. These iconic characters that we love, not just one set of comic book universe, maybe just spread it out, from Marvel, from DC, from Image, Dark Horse, or whatever the case is. It definitely will fill a hole, like Pong was saying,
Filling holes
that
again.
we don't have
Gaping
in
holes.
Big holes.
in the Xbox ecosystem.
Mhm.
It's just one of those fun, action adventure hack and slash type games. You just not mind numbing, and you just play and just have fun with it. But I think with someone with like Spawn, that could be like an iconic character that everyone knows who Spawn is.
Yeah.
Would be a huge get. And he, as you can see, he's already has some green, so it's ready there. So I definitely
He
would
bleeds
like,
green, literally.
Yes, exactly. And I like, the announcement of, the Wolverine. That was, we were live and I was like, holy crap, that was big. I was just
Yep.
like, I did not expect that, and that was something. Insomniac, hopefully they can do a good job with it, and bring that to life and get a good IP out of it. Now it's just, let's hope Xbox can do the same, possibly grabbing an IP like a Spawn or Spider-Man, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, or Batman. We already love Batman, so it'd be nice if Xbox had a comic book superhero in their lineup of games.
I see some awesome conversation in the chat, and I think part of the thing is like need is a strong word, right? Like need is like to Phasma's point earlier, like, hey, if you look at it in the future when like Xbox is Elder Scrolls 6 and Avowed and Fable, and then PlayStation doesn't have those big open world RPGs, like, do they need that? So they're like, need is a strong word. It's more about like want, or like, hey, it would be pretty. It would be
that was going to be
amazing.
my argument. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, go
There's
for it.
plenty coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a plenty coming out of the Xbox wheelhouse. So
I don't think it's needed personally, but I'm not like scrambling for a fucking superhero game. Wolverine, awesome. I got fucking stoked when I saw that shit. Yeah. I will want a PlayStation to play that game. Definitely. Spider-Man, it never really was something that I had to play. But overall, I just don't think it's absolutely needed on the Xbox ecosystem at the moment. Would it be cool? Definitely awesome. I don't think that Xbox is going out of their way to do it because it's not needed. I just don't see that being something that is absolutely 100% make or break for Xbox. Like, it's silly to me that everybody's getting up in arms like, oh no, they got another fucking superhero. Like, okay, then get a PlayStation and play your superhero games, because Xbox has so much other shit to offer right now. I just, I don't see it as a huge loss. Getting that, like a Batman, yeah, that would be cool, I guess, if they can hop on that Arkham, fucking train and secure that IP. It would be amazing. It would be great. But it's not something that I personally care about. I think there's other things that Xbox could probably get. I mean, I think Xbox is lacking a big focus on JRPGs and stuff like that. Like, you can get that open world superhero feel from a lot of games that are on Xbox that aren't Marvel or DC or
Crackdown used to kind of be like that for them, actually, but then they kind of squandered that, I feel like.
But let's just be real here. Microsoft don't need anything. They made several moves for positivity, so I agree with her. But let's just say what the hell it is. They want the Xbox community wants Batman so they could poke him with the knife and then twist it.
See, I don't care.
Now look what we got. That's what it's really about.
I hear you.
No, not you. I agree with you. But I'm saying we have to look at the point here of what we really want. It's not about, okay, if you want, it's like them. You want Game Pass, you know what you got to do. If you think building a PC that equals an Xbox is $500, good luck. If you don't like Xbox controllers, you want to play Starfield, shout out to my man Mav. We all know you got to get in that ecosystem. So now Xbox people are faced with the same thing. So the people on the Xbox side, the console war BS. It's like, you know what? If they get Batman, they're going to be stab, twist, down, Rambo status. That's all it's really about. Because if you want to play those games, buy a PlayStation. That's it. But for the Xbox community, they want something to stand and pump their chest we got Batman, which is the best superhero out there, gaming-wise. It's really the
Indiana
best.
Jones. We've got
well, that's true, but
we've got shit to say that too. We've been saying that for fucking months. I mean, I just don't the Xbox community has had plenty to say on the fucking hill of exclusivities against fucking PlayStation. It's not something that is lacking right now. It's just that PlayStation got superheroes, and everybody's like, "Oh no, they got superheroes!" Fuck.
That's true.
Oh,
It
I-
speaks.
I
It
just-
speaks to a lot of our hearts. I think is what it is.
I
like,
think so
you know,
because it's
Right.
nerd
It's an
culture,
ego
it's
thing.
geek
People
culture.
want to pump
Yes.
their chest up
It's
like,
a
yeah, I
thing.
got this. I got this. But listen,
I
it
just
is what
don't
it
get
is.
that. After the show yesterday, watching it, it was, I thought, an amazing show. I thought
Mhm.
PlayStation came out and they fucking hit the fucking ball out of the park. They did wonderful. And I went to Twitter to kind of celebrate with, the gaming community as a whole, saying, what a fucking great time to be a gamer, exciting. And all you see is the fucking narrative of PlayStation versus Xbox.
Mhm.
Facts.
All
Gotta
fucking, that's
picture that show
everything.
for itself.
Everybody does it. And no, like, the small percentage of people are there like, woohoo, like games, we're so excited. And then
Right.
everybody else brings up this narrative like, oh, who won? Was it Xbox? Was it
Yeah.
PlayStation? Who did this? Who did that? And I personally am just over the fight for that. Exclusives
That's right.
will tunnel you, they tunnel you into a console. That is what they're there for. It is a business standpoint that makes sense. It is not going away. It's at anytime soon. It's a thing. I feel like we can't hold that against them for doing that. We can't be upset about that because Xbox does it, PlayStation does it, fucking Nintendo's been doing it our whole life. Like it's what drives sales for certain consoles.
Nintendo's
and
the worst, actually.
and Nintendo's
Yeah.
absolutely the worst. I just, I don't know. I think that it's not definitely needed.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a
Yes.
waste on the Switch.
Let me
I-
get to
I-
these. Let me get to these 2 super chats real quick.
And I own it. That was a waste.
It was, dude. It was a waste. Italian Clowns with 2 super chats. Thank you so much, bro. He $5 super chat. First, he says, "Yo, 108 Dragons TV, my brother from another mother. What's up? We're up in Brooklyn from, is that Bed-Stuy?
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy to Red Hook. Can't
Yeah.
wait until next week." And another $10 super chat from Italian Clowns. Thank you so much again. Next week, the son of a Gambino coming back to Red Hook, baby. Gonna hang out with all my homies. Lemon and I gonna be eating good facts about Wolverine.
Don't give away our secrets, clowns. Come on, we got a secret coming. Shh.
Yeah. Hey, looking forward to hearing. Is there gonna be a trip from Clowns over to the to New York?
No, we can't do that live. It's a secret.
Okay. All right. This is what it sounds like is happening. I'm just saying.
Right, you done put it out there. Right.
3-bit. Close ties with Marvel. You have created things for Marvel. Your dad worked for Marvel.
Yeah.
You see these characters getting exclusive games on a platform that is not your preferred. How does that make you feel? Are you upset inside? Do you need a hug?
Wow.
I'm Dr. Phil shit.
Wow.
No, I do think like the whole thing is being very overblown because we all love superheroes, right? So we're like, Xbox, we need this. And it would be nice for Xbox to have things because that is my preferred platform to play games. But like if I had to choose a couple characters, I've seen like on Twitter people like saying like Xbox should have Spawn, like Psycho has in his background, or Lady said like Tank Girl, and these are really awesome characters I would love to have video games for sure. I'm just in the or like I think Xbox right now has a lot of exclusives. They have a lot of games coming up the pipeline. I do think there are different genres that they do or should explore a little bit more. But in terms of variety, if you look at what's coming for at least on the Xbox side of things, there's a ton of different games coming up in the next few years. And I think for superheroes, yeah, for sure, I would love to see a Batman. Personally, I would love to see a Tank Girl and the Steel Ladies thing. That would be freaking awesome. Or maybe like some DC characters, because I guess you could do the whole thing where Sony tackles all the Marvel characters. They're starting to get a closer relationship with Sony.
Xbox.
Can I jump in and say, I know
Yeah.
he said Superman wouldn't be a good, or like, who needs Superman, but I think like a really solid Superman or Wonder Woman or something with like really good flying mechanics would be just
be
really
cool.
awesome. Like I
mean-
just, doing flying mechanics right is something that's hard to get done. We saw it with Anthem, but the rest of the game was shit.
Superman
But-
Flight Simulator. Let's go.
We always talk about Superman because I think Superman would be a great title for anyone, just someone to just like really
He's
look at the
laughing.
Superman character and look at like how Anthem did the flying mechanics and get that right. He's just a hard character to do a video game for
Because he's
pretty much
faster than a speeding
invincible.
bullet. You can't even see his ass.
But
when he's
listen.
flying.
Let me tell you something with it.
Yeah.
I'm probably the oldest dude in this room. Superman is cursed for
Yeah.
gaming.
Oh yeah.
He's cursed in
Listen.
real life too. All the guys besides
Yo,
Henry
listen,
Cavill, they all
listen.
get hurt.
Stay away from him. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I've watched the history of Superman games, and you always like, oh my god. So Superman is
Yeah.
an awesome character.
But it's back in the day, all those licensed games sucked anyway too, though,
Yeah,
right?
they
Yeah.
did. They
Maybe
did.
they
They
could
did,
do. Maybe the right
I mean-
team could figure it out. It would be a
but I
challenge.
would hope so, but it would be a challenge because he's so super powered. Who does he really fight?
You would have to put him against other people that are equally, like that are
Yeah,
close.
that's right,
I
other
do not want
Kryptonians.
to. If you make a Superman game, I do not want to fight robots the entire game.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
every
so-
Superman game since I've been born.
I hate that. I hate that.
I'm
It's
playing a
bad, I
hopping
mean-
Superman would be cool.
What they need to do with the Superman game is probably kind of do what they did with Superman Returns, but make that a little bit better, where his health is the city. So he has to go and make sure the city itself, a metropolis, was pretty good. I thought that was an interesting
Yeah,
idea,
3-bit.
but
You see how that movie did, right?
which one?
You
Superman
see how that
Returns.
movie did.
He hasn't
That
seen
didn't
it.
work either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
horrible.
I mean, yeah. A
He's
lot of
getting
Superman
pulled by his
games
hand,
haven't-
screaming like a damsel in distress. I'm good. That's what happened.
Hey, babe,
That was not a good movie, but yeah.
I gotta know from my wife if would you like to see Xbox have a superhero game, or is this something you don't really
I don't fucking care.
Hey, fair enough.
Mm.
So the answer is no. It wouldn't add anything.
For
to it.
you, I would like to see Gambit. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. There's so the thing is, for me, is like there's an opportunity out there, right? And there's so many characters, and because it makes such a huge impact for your biggest competitor and the other brand, who they don't care necessarily about what the competitor is doing as much because they're focused on themselves. But seeing how much fans like that kind of thing, right? If you want to have something for the people that only have an Xbox, right? How about doing that just for them, right? Like let's give them something to stand behind to say that, hey, we have this here too, because there's something to having that like that kind of character, right? As the lead of a game, like you get excited about it, right? It's like when the Wolverine announcement was made, like I was like, oh my god, that's Wolverine, right? I was like, holy shit, that's Wolverine. I knew it was Wolverine when I saw the bar. When I saw they were in a bar and I saw there was a guy sitting at the bar, I knew that was Wolverine, right? I was like, oh my god, that's Wolverine. You know, like new IP doesn't give you that same feeling, right? So there's room for this in the Xbox ecosystem. The question is, who would develop it out of all the devs they have? Because one thing Xbox doesn't have is they don't have Insomniac. Insomniac is like perfect at making those kind of games.
And they're out here like just pumping them out, like they're on fucking
Like
out
crazy.
eating crack cocaine or something like that.
It's
fucking
insane.
They're fitting their
crazy.
name. Like they don't.
I had
Like,
said
I
they're
think
working
they
on
have
so
them in
many games.
cages.
Right. Like I hope they're not being held prisoner
Yeah.
because they got Ratchet and Clank, right? Awesome game. You're working on Wolverine and Spider-Man. Obviously, simultaneously. Obviously. I don't want them to come out with an Activision lawsuit later on saying, yo, they wouldn't let us go home. My socks were stinking for 7 weeks. I don't want to hear this after, because Insomniac is pumping out big AAA titles, and they're putting a lot of work into these games.
Yeah, they're
But
gonna have
they're
year after
definitely
year,
working
bro.
around the clock.
Like,
Right.
Let's say
They're working.
Wolverine comes out in 2023, right? 2021 we got Ratchet and Clank. 2022 we get Spider-Man 2.
Right.
Or maybe 2023. I don't know. I'm not sure when that one's hidden. But and then 2023 we get that. We also just got Miles Morales, you know. So they are like a machine.
Right. They worked
dude.
on a remaster for Spider-Man. They still did, like you said, Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank. It's like, whoa, hold on.
And 343
I said was
6 years make one game, right? So
yeah, but
like,
6 years, multiple platforms.
Yeah.
One game, multiple platform. At least with like Mario's one platform. God of War is one platform. You can go from PS4 to PS5, but it's just a little bit of downgrade. But you know, Halo is a first party that's reaching many plateaus.
Yeah, I agree. I think Halo Infinite is going to be amazing. And speaking of Halo, that's something that Sony does not have an answer for either.
Nobody has an answer for the Chief, baby.
Yeah, I got that.
Nobody has an answer for the Chief. Nobody. Number one first party game on the planet. That's a fact.
Shout out to Louis Carbonell with $5 super chat. He says the death and return of Superman in SNES was the best one. There's a rumor that there's a Mandalorian game coming exclusive to Xbox. I would think there may be like a third party Mandalorian game out there or something. I don't know, just a thought. But hey, let's
Mandalorian game.
Mandalorian game would be sick. Would you like that, Phasma?
Love it. Yes. I mean, it's not a superhero, but also I'm kind of partial to a Captain Phasma game. That would be cool.
Yeah. Like, it
Why
might as
is
well
3-Bit
right?
uncomfortable right now?
I don't know. Do y'all see 3-Bit's face? He's like smirking.
He's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, 3-Bit.
He's trying to hide himself.
What's going
on?
Yeah. Wait, can you do?
He's
Can you
muted.
do that
You're
thing?
muted.
Just move your mouse.
Oh,
forward.
look at that.
Yeah, he holds my controllers. All 1,500 of them.
1,500 controllers.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we were
Crazy.
talking about this earlier, and this kind of wraps into this next topic because when we were watching the Sony show, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, right? There's a lot of things, and there's things that we like on Xbox. But then I started thinking about all the first-party games that like Sony had announced, and then I started thinking about all the first-party games that Xbox has announced, and then I was like, whoa. There's actually a big gap there, you know. Like the Xbox portfolio is growing like crazy, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and all of them are in Game Pass, which is something else that you just can't overlook, right? So where like ultimately, regardless of if we think Xbox needs a superhero game or not. If you actually just look at the first party lineups over the next couple of years of what's been announced right now, like there's no doubt that Xbox has more big games, right? So is that what the key is? Like is it just in the like pure abundance of top tier quality games? Is that what's going to do it? Not necessarily checking every box with the genres. I don't know, but Phasma, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I was really distracted by the chat, and I don't know what's the question.
Do you think that hey, that's cool? The chat can be very distracting. Do you
I'm
think?
sorry.
Do you think that like Xbox has just got so much coming that that's what their goal is, just to fill it up, right, with just an overabundance? Because they have, if you actually think about all the games they have announced, like okay, they're gonna have Elder Scrolls 6, they got Avowed, they got Fable, they got Forza Horizon 5, they got Forza Motorsport, they got geez, you could just keep going down. And then when you think about, okay, Sony had these that they announced today, but it's still just a handful. Like they got like maybe like 6 or 7 first party big games like in the pipeline that we know about right now. But like Xbox has like 15, 20 if you actually go through and like count everything.
Facts.
You know? So
that's all that we know of. There's plenty more that we don't. No, I think it's fantastic. There's something for everyone, which is important, from kids to adults, everyone between. It's awesome. Every genre it's amazing what every console.
Mhm.
Hi, Micah. What every console is offering. But we tend to blow through games pretty quickly. We kind of play them and move on, unless it's just, a game like Destiny or a multiplayer game.
Right.
So I think it's good that we have plenty coming.
Yeah. That's what it's
Something
gonna
to
take
look
to keep you
forward to.
engaged in Game Pass,
Mhm.
right?
We have too much.
I love RPGs, so I'm definitely all about all of them that have been announced. I need me some Dragon Age 4 and
Mm.
Skyrim.
Oh my goodness.
or
Love
Skyrim,
Dragon Age.
Elder Scrolls. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls is like my Oblivion. Actually, I liked more than Skyrim. Like I don't know. That may be like a
Unpopular opinion.
unpopular opinion. Yeah.
Well, it depends on.
I
what
don't
you
think it
play.
is unpopular. I
Still
think
at
two
it's
all.
great
very,
games.
very
It don't matter.
grounded.
If you
Really?
prefer one over the other, you can't go wrong with your choice.
I
They're
like
both
Morrowind. I like Morrowind all over Oblivion and Skyrim because I
The
started
heck?
on Morrowind. So
Yeah.
PC
Wow,
or
that's
console?
Xbox.
Oh, okay. Original.
Wow.
OG.
Yeah.
Well, I
Scope.
played Skyrim and then those games, and I can't go back. It's like really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
Morrowind is like, give me a different fucking remaster out of
Well,
that
we had
series,
to crawl before we walked back in the day. So it started with Morrowind.
Yeah.
Then it just got better from there.
But each one were
was-
mind
Steven
blowing
is
for
right.
when they
It was
came out.
Morrowind
yeah,
and then
you know.
Oblivion. Was that?
Yeah, Morrowind,
was on the
Oblivion,
original.
Morrowind was
Skyrim.
first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
was,
guess
that's
what?
that's OG Xbox. I mean, literally OG Xbox.
All
But it was
Todd
on
Howard,
PC
baby.
first,
Yes,
and
we
that was
know.
they brought that over from PC first, and at that time it was revolutionary, right? But Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, when you play, it's like playing Metal Gear Solid 2 today. Those controls are terrible. Before its time, we was like, oh, this is dope. I went to go play the HD collection. I said, God damn, I played this. So
Well,
Freebird
yeah,
is
that's how it
100%
is with
correct.
aging. I mean, that's just
Right.
how
It
fucking
didn't
games
age well.
work.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
very rare that you can go back to a game that old and
Right, like
find
Resident
that
Evil
it's
2.
going to play somewhat,
I don't know.
Those
good.
controls
I
was
don't know.
horrible in Resident Evil 2.
Rockstar keeps finding a way.
Well, Rockstar got the same mechanic in every game.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
Point,
yeah, that's
shoot,
right.
run,
Really,
steal.
yeah, no. I don't know. I don't think I could go back and
Shit,
play
right.
like fucking some of those like older GTA. Like I'm not fucking clamoring at
You-
the bits. To
Oh,
go
you don't
play
want the
San
top down
Andreas or,
GT3?
like-
You don't want the top down version?
No.
And the two-dimensional tanks chasing you down?
Right?
Just
Oh my
don't
god.
Oh, that was before
um,
its time. We was excited.
so we'll get
Yeah.
back to this topic a bit. This reminded me, hey, we got to kill it this week, okay? And Psycho just brought it to my attention when he said Rockstar. So
Uh-oh.
we're gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. You're gonna have to make
I'm
a
scared.
tough choice, okay?
Mm.
So
Let's
you
not
gotta
hold-
kill one of these things, and they're going
I hope-
to exist from history or potential of ever even coming out.
I
Okay,
hope one of
Yeah.
them's not a blanketed
They're-
freaking question. All
they're
right.
gonna cease to exist. Cease to
It's
exist.
the variant section
the
of
past.
fun speculation.
It means if you kill this, you never got the experience of playing it in the first place, so your nostalgia is ruined. Plus, you have potentially never gonna be able to play it again. Okay. All right. So here it is. You got to kill one. The GTA games from the PS2 era lumped all together. Okay. So that means GTA 3. That means Vice City and San Andreas. Okay.
Mm.
Those three, we're getting those as a remaster collection soon as well. Okay. GTA 4, GTA 5, or GTA 6, which has not even been announced yet. But I put it in there as a caveat because if you kill it, we're not ever getting it. So you got to kill either all the PS2 GTAs, 4, 5, or 6. One of them has to go.
Okay.
Two.
I think I got this one already.
All right, Phasma, you
Is
go
4
first.
Liberty City?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 was Nico.
Yeah.
Phasma,
Yeah,
what's
it's
gonna
4
go?
for me? So
You got to kill it.
Two. Sorry.
Oh wow, disrespectful.
I
Like the
know.
PS2 era.
Horrible.
The PS2 era.
Cancel Phasma.
You
Yeah.
have to kill both of them then.
Lemon's got to head out
That's
over
you
to
have to
GRG
kill
right now.
2 and 3.
I can't kill 5. I'm in love with that game. I can't kill 6. I need it.
Which
Mhm.
version of 5 are we talking?
All of them.
Yeah.
They're all the same. There's no difference.
Remastered.
On top of
Remaster one,
remaster.
Remaster
Yeah,
two.
they just cease to exist, like period. So they can't even be remastered.
Listen, I'm gonna say it straight out. There hasn't been a GTA better than Vice City and San Andreas. I'm sorry.
I agree. Those are the only 2 that I care
4
to
and
play.
5.
I can't
Sayonara.
kill San Andreas.
San Andreas, are you serious?
I can't kill. No, I can't kill.
Oh, you said he
Yeah.
can't. Okay, I was going to say because I think that one in Vice City,
They could have
neck and neck.
stopped. They could have stopped then. I would have
Yeah.
been perfectly fine not having
Yeah.
anything after that, to be honest. I
It's
just
such a good
Yeah.
game. I refuse
That
to
was.
play that
I
game.
can't wait for the remasters, and I'm tired of buying remasters, but I'm gonna get that because I can't even imagine that today with something just simple, just improving the simple graphics that it was back then. But I'm all in on both of those.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Psycho.
GTA 4. Goodbye.
Oh, geez, that was an easy decision for you. It's a little too easy.
Oh fuck yeah, because like San Andreas and the PS2 era and those games, those were good. 4,
Facts.
4 had the best
5?
story in my
4 was great.
Oh,
5?
You think the dating simulator was cool?
what
Because
4?
that's what 4 was. Yeah, you
4
couldn't
was
get, you
great.
couldn't progress in the story if you didn't take homegirl to the bowling alley.
Yeah, man, the music. That's true.
You had to take on a date, or you couldn't progress.
I
I kept
liked
trying to do
Nico.
everything but that.
I liked Nico a lot. I was just like,
Yeah, Nico was awesome.
great.
It was awesome. They all awesome, but
Yeah,
they can go.
Yeah, but I like Trevor better in 5, so that's why he's staying.
Trevor's a maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
facts.
Kate, one's
I
gotta
would
go kill it.
the like San Andreas and
The PS2
whatever the other
ones.
one is. I never played those, so
Okay, fair enough.
easy. But I loved 4 and I love 5, and I'm gonna love 6
Whenever that comes
Whenever
out.
it comes out, yeah.
whenever it comes out. And until then, I'll just keep buying
2027.
the whatever upgrades I need to buy.
3-bit.
3-bit already said his, didn't he?
Yeah, he already said.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I said I wouldn't kill San Andreas,
Yeah.
but I
Oh.
didn't say
Which ones you would?
So
Or it's
yeah, I
only
would
one
kill
option.
GTA 4
Yeah, there you go.
because I like
It's
5.
easy.
I want to see what 6. But the thing is, if I had to pick like least hopeful, if that was even a thing that you put on this list, I would put 6 because of all the writers, all the original people who worked on GTA 5 and all the other GTAs are gone now.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Maybe that's why it's not being made yet.
yeah.
No, it's
a
not
lot
being
of the
made because they're
original-
milking
Because
us
they're making
like
so
cows.
much money on 5.
Right.
mean-
They're
Milk
milking
me,
us.
baby.
all those original people are gone.
Pause. Jesus.
But I would choose 4. I did like that game a lot. I mean, I like all the GTAs, but that one I'll just choose because I love San Andreas.
Yes.
And every other GTA is on there. I don't know. I'll just kill 4.
All
San
right.
Andreas captured the hood like no other game.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in the hood, so the things I fly to LA and New York all the time. That really reminded me of LA. The whole concept, the soundtrack, that in Vice City, man, because we never had a good Scarface game until Vice City. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
game is just
Vice
it's
City had a great
legendary.
soundtrack too.
Yo, it's legendary. Legendary. I mean, the other games, because you brought up this scenario, none of them are bad.
Yeah.
But classics, listen, you can't beat a classic.
Yeah.
sorry.
That whole PS2
You can make a good game later,
series,
but
it started a genre, those PS2
Yeah.
games, really.
Yeah. yeah,
Pong?
people thought they was exclusive. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, how many games? Lemon, speaking of which, how many video games back then during Vice City were getting their own box set of the soundtracks for CDs.
Right.
Very few.
Yeah.
Very
Right.
few. That was
It was-
deserving right there.
It was an exceptional situation. I mean, I'm buying a condo in Miami next year for my retirement home.
Yep.
So I'm definitely tied to like what Vice
Right.
City brought. I'm like,
Exactly.
yo, and I'm a Scarface. I bought Scarface on DVD in mono. I had the VHS tape. I had the beta tape. I bought it when it came to stereo, Dolby Pro Logic, then 2.1, then 5.1, and the HD remastered. Listen, I'm a little biased. Maybe I'm a little biased, a little bit. Just,
Well, first of all,
Oh my
anytime we
God.
speak about Grand Theft Auto, I'm going to say, Rockstar, you cowards, remake this. Go back and do it for the OGs, right?
look
London.
what
Look
he
at
just did.
you.
London.
Look,
Okay.
look
Bringing
what
out
he
his
just did.
props. Pong always
Fucker
does
just like
this.
pulled
Did
that
you have to
shit
dust
out from
that off,
underneath his
Pong?
desk. Like he was
No, I didn't have to dust that off.
what the fuck? He just had it ready and shit.
This is,
Yo, I didn't
this
even
is
know where
ready.
it came
Carry
from.
this in
This
my
is
pocket.
I
ready.
can see you leave your seat. What you like? Stretch
This
across
is
the
how
room?
you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That's how you know.
He keisters
Okay?
that shit.
All right.
He has it on him at all
He
times.
stirs
I've
it.
been waiting
That's on him at all
58
times.
He just shat it out
It's in
right
his-
there.
It's in his prison
So
wallet.
it's
Oh,
on
yo,
his
I don't-
person
yo,
at all times.
listen.
He's walking into stores. Look at
No.
this.
No, I actually pulled it on a couple
Do this for
episodes.
me.
A couple episodes again, living split screen. I had to pull this out, so I happen to have it right
Keep it
here,
on the
so
fly.
funny
That's
enough.
nice.
But look, as far as killing one off, I'm killing 5. So pure and simple. I like Nico better. I
is
had no
awesome.
interest in 5. I played it for a bit. Just
I
I'm done.
never
I
got
don't
into
care.
it either. I,
Nope.
I just
So
couldn't
crazy
do
to
it.
me.
So
It's such a good story.
It was a jumping
You guys are
between
crazy.
characters that kind of threw me off. You
I
doing
just
3
couldn't
stories
do
at the
it.
same time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have focused on one, and
I
I
said,
think.
yo,
it would've
what are
been
they doing?
What the heck? No,
Like, what
you guys are all wrong.
better.
Is
Lady,
this the Matrix? I saw the black
No, I
cat
don't know.
walk,
I really
walk
like it.
past 3 times. What's going on? Man. It's
Which
still
one,
sold
Lee?
I like the
over 100
concept.
million
I don't know.
copies, though.
I think they should do that concept in Spider-Man 2, actually, where you can switch.
I think
With the
that's what they're
multiple
doing.
characters?
I
I
think
think
that's
that's what they're gonna do.
that's what they're doing. If it's
Yeah.
not going to be multiplayer, then
Yeah.
it's going to be, going back and forth.
If
But
they
could
really
always
do
the linear thing.
if
too.
they really don't do co-op in Spider-Man, it's a missed opportunity. And that would take that game to the next level.
What if they
Yeah.
add like Spider Girl?
And Spider Pig.
I'm
No,
just saying,
I'm
like,
not doing the pig. The pig gonna be
They
bacon
could,
when
like-
I'm done. Straight bacon, smoked bacon, honey smoked bacon.
smoke bacon. Lady, which
character's
one you
terrible.
killing?
I'd be like, why they don't just put him on a Barbie and just spin him with an apple in his mouth? He's horrible. Does he even talk? Oh my god.
Lady.
Psycho? Or
Oh,
was
is it my
me?
turn?
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 4. I would go with 5, but I know that you guys love it. I love you guys. So I won't delete it from the stream.
Aw. You should play with
Pong's
us
like,
sometime.
fuck that.
Yeah, what?
Ooh,
Come on
PTK
now.
says Sleeping Dogs
Honestly, I didn't finish 4 either, so it was just it's
Yeah.
really 4 or 5 for me. It was those original games hold like a special place in my heart, but like after that, like I said, I just couldn't really get into that anymore. Red Dead won my soul, so I've
That's a
just
fact.
been in cowboy mindset since then, so
Yeah.
I haven't needed it.
That's a fact.
Did you go Psycho?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, you
go
did. All right.
again.
You
Oh,
said
GTA 4.
Yeah, my turn then. I'm just
Why
gonna.
you look spooky in the background. Look at Psycho right there. He disappearing within Spawn. That's scary, yo. That's scary.
I'm gonna kill the. I'm gonna kill GTA 6.
Because
That
of what
doesn't
3-bit
count,
said.
Mav.
Yeah.
It was one of the options.
It's not out yet.
That was one of the options. He said you could kill it off.
I know, but he
Explain.
don't kill something that he ain't even
That's
play.
the weak man's choice.
No,
Oh.
it basically no. It's the
It really
hardest.
is.
It's the hardest choice. That means we can't look forward to a new GTA game ever again.
We don't need a new
You're
GTA.
taking
We
the
have
easy
number
out.
5 like 10 times.
I don't want to
to
get rid of any of the other ones. I threw this one in there just so I didn't have to pick one of
You
them.
threw that one in
okay?
there
Hold
for you.
Yeah,
Hold on,
you're right. I fucking
Right?
did.
Oh my
Exactly.
Because I
fam.
would have knew I was
Hold
going to
on,
take the easy
fam.
way out. I'm not going to take
Hold
any of those
on.
other ones.
Fam, let's cut him a break. He did not take out the easy. He did not take the easy way out last week when he killed off all of Forza. Okay, so let's
Don't bring
cut him a
that
break
back
this
up,
week.
Pong. Fuck.
Yeah,
killed
you're the
Forza.
Forza killer for life.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, catch me later. I'll be playing Forza on stream tonight. By the way,
about some hate
how did
mail.
that Gran Turismo
You gonna
7
have
look?
100
Woo,
million,
baby,
you gonna
that
have
looked great.
100 million haters in a minute. Keep that up.
Yeah.
I was hoping we play Red Dead, by the way.
Was that
Huh?
I was hoping we would play Red Dead.
Red Dead? Oh, no gooders for life. Yeah, we got to get that.
Oh yeah, he's not
I'd be
playing
down.
Forza.
I'd be down for some Red Dead.
Let's do it.
Saddle up, guys.
No gooders gonna be up to no good tonight.
I don't
That's
know what this was.
right.
Like I was drumming. I was like,
I was like, is this a
whipping
rope? Is this your
to-
lasso?
Yeah, stay tuned tonight, guys, because we'll probably have a fun stream where you're gonna see us get into some shenanigans. But I also got to get to these super chats. Getting behind here, Alex is a Valve. Thank you for the $7 super chat. He said, just wanted to say hi to this amazing panel and chat. You guys always make my day. Let's go, bro. Heck yeah, thank you so much.
Hi, Alex. Thank you.
KY Bob with a huge $20 super chat. Thank you so much, bro. You are amazing. He
Wait,
says,
whoa,
sup,
whoa,
guys.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
He said his name is KY.
KY.
Bob?
KY
Yeah.
Bob.
I don't know KY Bob.
Yeah, you gotta
Kentucky
get
Bob.
familiar
Yeah,
with
he's-
KY.
he's from
Leave that name
Kentucky.
alone.
You
Yo,
been?
Pong, we know what KY meant nowadays, so I'm gonna leave that name alone.
I
gonna leave
just
that
only
name
know
right
what
there.
Astroglide. I don't know about KY.
Yeah, his
Whoa, that's
brother-
another one.
It's all about that.
Whoa.
his brother's
Shout
name
out
is
to y'all.
Astroglide Joe. KY Bob with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, sup, guys? Great show so far. I want the Fear games backwards compatible with an FPS boost. Me too. Those are amazing
Yeah,
games.
awesome.
Here
Battle
would be
for
great.
Middle Earth 2 back compat with FPS boost 2. Yes, please. Let's go. State of Decay 2 update. Homecoming is off the chizzy. Xbox is now the exclusive powerhouse. Heck yeah. You know what? They do have a lot of exclusives. KY Bob also with another $5 super chat coming in strong. San Andreas was amazing. The Easy E clone, Ryder and Big Smoke, classic. Came out right after I got out of high school. It really hit home. And he lives in Kentucky, so it just spreads the gamut of all types of locations when it's hitting home. And then also KY Bob with another $5 super chat. Again, thank you so much, bro. He says GTA 6 has to go for me. GTA 6 is gone. That's 2 votes for GTA 6. Hey, no more GTA for anybody.
I mean,
Personally, they're all of the people that made it, like the Housers. I mean, it's not going to be GTA even if they bring it, right? Like, is it? I don't know. I think it's going to be the next GTA game that we get is going to be a money milking machine. We'll see. I don't know. I prefer Red Dead personally.
You just wanted to say milk.
Yeah, I wanted to say milking.
yeah.
I like that
Sorry.
word. Milking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
As somebody who loves farming RPGs, let me tell you about milking.
Lady is the
Did you
milking
just say
expert.
Psycho?
Mav, I do have a question for Mav.
Yeah.
Because I kind of got him in trouble the last episode because I said give him like 2 different things you should kill instead of 1, and he chose to slaughter the Forza franchise.
Yeah.
What would be your second choice?
Dude, I put GTA 6 on here just for this reason. Come on.
I mean, you killed GTA 6, but
Uh.
if you had, let's say, you had to kill 2, what would the other one?
Shit. I would do 5.
Ooh.
Yes.
You don't like them loading screens? What's up?
Those loading screens piss me the fuck off, dude. I ruins my experience. Like the second I turn the game on, they need to figure that out. That's the one reason I'm actually thinking of giving them more money for 5, which is an idiotic move. But I'm just sick of those loading screens, and I know I'm gonna have people asking to play GTA. So if I'm gonna be playing GTA, I don't want to sit behind those damn loading screens anymore. The online thing is just absolute.
No,
absolute.
you don't have to
It-
ever play.
Yeah, it just
You
really
don't ever
edges
have to
you.
play for me.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm good without you.
Oh come on, now I'm not want to see you dancing in clubs with other dudes without me
I-
there. Come on,
I got my GTA husband.
that guy was like all grinding on you
6'4".
last time we were.
3-bit
playing.
like
my-
begged me to
Jasper's
play the
my
game. and I didn't.
GTA.
Yeah, what
Six
the
Say
heck?
four.
no. Just say no. That's what I did. I just said no to him.
It's
And I said, "You
basically
have a good
Red
time."
Dead, but in the future.
But Red Dead's better.
Last time I saw you playing GTA, you were laying on a bed and Jasper was like doing this over your body. Okay.
He's my GTA husband. What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that. You don't think? Hey, Jasper, don't think I saw that shit,
God.
bro? Come on.
Getting real, guys.
Being a channel
Getting
member
real.
does not give you rights to finagle your bits over my wife in the bed. Okay. Just saying.
Walked in and said, "What are you doing?"
Chandler, explain yourself.
The
Explain
funny thing
yourself,
is,
Chandler.
Mav was
Oh,
in
my
bed
Lord.
asleep next to me when this was happening.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
I was asleep. This is what my wife does when I'm asleep in bed. She lays in other people's beds in a game. Like I'm not.
Don't
good
ever
enough.
get her virtual reality, Mav. Don't ever. If she ever asks for VR, say no.
Yeah.
We will not.
Oh
You know,
my
I
God,
was there
Jasper.
for that, and
She had the camera.
It was a good
you know,
time.
maybe I was pointing, you know, but
Yeah.
that's fine. In all fairness,
Oh
Chandler
my
brought
Lord.
a stripper to his house, so just saying,
He did. Yeah.
blame him.
Virtually.
And
said.
the
Nikki-
show has
And now
gone
you
left.
guys know why I
Here we
would
go.
pick GTA 5.
No.
Yeah.
Moving on from GTA.
Micah Ford with a huge $20 super chat. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. He
Oh
says
my
another
God.
great podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Special shout out to Phasma and 108 Dragons TV for being on the show.
out to
Special
you for
shout out to
attending,
you,
baby.
dude. 100%, man. Freaking
Facts.
Thank you, Micah.
love all you guys in the chat, and I've just seen the chat flying again today. Absolutely awesome conversations that we're all having about Xbox,
Ah, thanks, Matt.
superheroes, and
wrist action.
and wrist stuff,
Oh my Lord.
milking, holes. What are we
my
doing?
God.
All right. Now, getting back to this other thing. Yeah, Halo's first part. I mean, Xbox's first party, which includes Halo, State of Decay, Avowed, Elder Scrolls,
Fable.
Perfect Dark. Starfield,
Fable.
Fable. Freaking A, man. There's
Elder
more
Scrolls.
Gears coming. Like whatever Coalition's multiple projects are. Psychonauts, Wasteland, Outer Worlds,
Elder Scrolls 6.
Redfall,
Contraband.
Contraband.
Loud.
Like, I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
come on. Like, holy
Game
crap.
Pass.
All in
Damn.
Game Pass, right?
And y'all got Spider-Man and Wolverine.
And so like that's where I was going with this. Like we're talking about this, like, hey, we need and we need this. Like it would be amazing, right, to have the superhero thing. I think it's a good thing if that happens. It's not wrong to ask for more, even though we're getting so much. But holy crap, when I was watching that show, as good as the Sony show was, when I started putting things into perspective, and then I was watching that show, and every time they announced these new games, I started thinking $70, $70. $70, $70, $70, right? And then all of these games that we just talked about on Xbox are within the Game Pass. $15 a month for Ultimate, which gives you even the EA games and all that stuff, right? Like that value divide is pretty huge. And it's not just that, like, I'm just gonna flat out say it. Xbox is going to have more games this gen. They're going to have more exclusives. They're going to have bigger games.
Hands down.
Hellblade 2. Project Mara.
Let's keep going. You know what I mean? Like, you could keep going. Like, there's more that were the gunk. Exomecha,
First.
Scorn, Crossfire
yeah,
X.
Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield. I mean,
Starfield.
what, like,
Here's
Doom,
can I
Quake?
can I come in and say that when you're looking at these games and you're saying them and you're listing them off, I personally, and I love Xbox, but I personally do see a repetitive kind of theme with a lot of them. We're getting like open world RPGs. I mean, that makes sense. We with Bethesda, but like I do feel like a little bit of mixing that up would be good. But I also know that Xbox does amazing indies, a lot of, you know, just really smaller titles that are close to, you know, that stuff. But I mean, when you say Avowed and Fable and
Outer Worlds too.
you know, Elder Scrolls, and like
Starfield,
you're
yeah.
listing all of these like, you know, especially fantasy themed, like a lot of those are, you know, fantasy themed RPGs, and I feel like, you know, that is something that people are coming at Xbox about, like, well, you don't have variety. And then I was like watching the show yesterday, and I'm like, well, you have JRPGs, and like, how different do they really get? Like, you know, you can't really use that argument against open world fantasy RPGs when, you know, Sony's been bussing out JRPGs year after year after year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like either way,
and
both consoles need to mix up their shit.
Games, right? It's either third person action games, JRPGs, like so. That was Phasma's points earlier. I think when we got started is like, yeah, but if you're looking at it from the other perspective, they're missing things too, right?
Yeah.
So is that? But when you look at it as a whole now, and I'm looking at it as like, why are we like having? Why is it so important to us when there's so much more, right? Like, Pong.
I don't know.
It's bragging rights, most of it.
Because it's Wolverine.
Well,
Like, let's
it's
be
It's
real.
not important to
And
me.
he's
Yeah.
a fan favorite. I mean, he's a fan favorite character. He's one of my favorite characters. But you know, like I said, what you said in the beginning is for the Xbox community, not for somebody who has both platforms. And they need Batman. It doesn't matter. If that's how you feel as an Xbox gamer, and you're looking at them and saying, well, damn, they got Spider-Man, now Wolverine. For Xbox only player, Batman is the answer. I love Spawn. He's not the answer. I love Blade. He's not the answer. I love Hulk. He's not the answer.
Yeah.
Batman
No,
is
Hulk
the answer
could be.
because Batman is loved by them too. Just the same way Skyrim is and Elder Scroll, and they still saying we're getting Starfield. I don't know why, but that's the point. You want to, people on the Xbox side want to hit the other side where it hurts. What would hurt more than Batman?
I mean,
Nothing,
people
because
always
it's
wanna
already
compare,
successful.
Like, numbers.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Right,
Stop
right,
telling me I want to hurt people, please.
Not
I
you,
don't.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
the community. We know where most of this stuff is coming from. Like I said, if you play on both consoles, you like, oh, well, okay, I'll buy it.
I don't have a PlayStation. I only play on Xbox. So,
You bleed green too, huh?
yeah, and red.
I ain't mad at you because I love green
green
too,
and red.
but you
But
know,
I'm definitely Xbox, and I
Right.
don't get the whole like, oh my god, PlayStation, you know, can't have this because blah blah blah. I don't know. I see why exclusives are a thing. So I'm just like,
right.
I don't care. Like, I'll probably pick up a PlayStation and buy or fucking play Wolverine. Like that's that, and Horizon Zero
Yeah,
Dawn
but that's
game.
the strength
Exclusives
of
is
having
only
that,
to bring the
right?
community into that platform. That's what exclusives is for.
Yeah.
It's like I don't buy a Switch. I have a Switch. I didn't buy a Switch and didn't ask for Call of Duty. I'm not doing that. I got two other platforms that really can show what Call of Duty does. I buy Switch for Nintendo stuff. But in a whole, most people, they want to be locked into an ecosystem. First of all, everybody can't afford two systems and everybody can't go to, because you know, when you have multiple systems in the holiday season hit,
I get that.
that is the problem. Like I told you, I have
Especially
a problem.
on, but
Three
it's
consoles,
not really a
three
problem
separate
on
purchases
Xbox.
of titles. Shout out to Game Pass for saving me money.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm
I
saying,
think the problem lies wherein, like Mav said earlier, they have Insomniac. Like, not anybody can give us a superhero game that's gonna play like fucking what's Insomniac is giving
Right.
PlayStation. Like, that's what the bottom line is, because we have superhero games to play on Xbox. They're just multi-plats.
right.
Like, they're there.
Right.
Like, it's not like we're like, oh no, we have absolutely nothing. It's a dry fucking plate for me. They're there. It's just, you know, we don't have a studio that's busting them out like Insomniac is, and in as good of shape as Insomniac is. So if we had, or if Xbox, I keep saying we, if Xbox had the developer to push the game out like that, like Batman, make a fantastic Batman game, you know, grab that IP, grab the studio, whatever, then yeah, I mean, I can see that being a huge win for the community. Like you said, that would be huge, humongous. Absolutely. Do I think it's absolutely needed? No, I just don't, because we have exclusives that they already want. Like, they already want to come to Xbox
and they
for
keep
our
lying to
exclusives.
themselves like they're going to get.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
Chet, say it-
Wolverine
say-
is a huge
oh, go ahead.
character. Yeah, I was just gonna say Wolverine is like a huge character, and it's like a character I do like love and admire. But you also have to think about like everything as a whole, and what Xbox is trying to do right now, and what Sony is trying to do. And with at least Indiana Jones, right? I feel like so many people was like dissing Indiana Jones on Twitter
it's
today.
huge.
And I'm like, first
Really? I
off,
didn't even see
Indiana
that.
Jones made more money than Wolverine movies. Like almost every single Indiana Jones movie that came out made more than a Wolverine movie. So at first, let's get that straight.
Right.
Second off,
let's put things in perspective.
yeah, let's put some things in perspective. And that's me. I love Wolverine more as a character than Indiana Jones. That's just me. But I do want to say like that in terms of what Xbox is doing, they are doing great on both sides. Like there are reasons why you can buy a PlayStation 5 right now from that showcase, and there's a lot of stuff for me personally because there's a lot of things that like I'm an Xbox person primarily, right? And there's a lot of things on the Xbox side of things where it really wants me. Like I would buy another Xbox, just based on what I've seen in the last showcase. Like the Bethesda showcase was amazing, but there's no like this whole comparison thing with on Twitter where people are just really just hammering the Xbox versus Sony showcase.
Right.
I can kind of see it separate. I can understand why there's comparison because we've been waiting so long for Sony to have a show. Like they just been dead silent. All of a sudden, September, right? So I get it, but at the same time, like they have different goals, and what we saw at the showcase I thought was still strong regardless of what people are going to say. And
I've actually seen a lot of PlayStation fans kind of down on the show.
I
Yes.
did because I do think they, what I was saying like in the DMs with you guys earlier, I was saying like I do think they needed like some sort of like big surprise after waiting.
I don't get it, man. Like I get
that's
what you're saying,
I think.
but
Yeah.
like for me,
But-
like okay, we're saying we need a big surprise, right? But they gave us freaking KOTOR remake. They gave us Spider-Man 2 with Venom in it, and they gave us Wolverine. Like if those things were at the Xbox showcase,
People would be shitting their
people would
fucking
be
pants.
shit. Yeah, they would be shitting
Right,
their pants
right.
right
it
now.
could be just because
freaking
I'm
out
like
over it.
primarily Xbox. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying not to bring any bias into it, but I am biased. Like naturally, I go
Right,
towards the
different
Xbox side of things, and like I know that. And like I play PlayStation. I think most of you guys like play PlayStation mostly for like the exclusives, and then
Mhm.
use Xbox
Right.
Yeah.
And then you
kind of
put it
for
down,
like everything else.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Like Wolverine, like when people was asking me what I thought about the show, I think Wolverine was like the standout for me because I was not expecting that, and I love that character. And Insomniac, like, let's be real, they are carrying, they are
Right.
carrying Sony right now. With
Literally
a lot
the
of-
support beams.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
seen your freaking picture of like these.
Yeah,
this
I have
building
like
about to
a
fall,
building and
you
it's
know?
got like fucking wood, and I'm like, this is Insomniac.
Yeah,
Holding a fucking
pretty much. So
PlayStation right
I would
now.
say Wolverine and KOTOR were like the like big surprises for sure. Maybe it's just I just wanted like we've seen some. I need to stop listening to Sony insiders. They are never right.
Yeah, they're
Never.
not.
Yeah.
No.
They always say that there's going to be like a Silent Hill or Metal Gear or something. The show happens and then they disappear, like, and then they do it again for the next showcase, and they're like always wrong. It's so crazy.
It's like the Xbox people. They keep saying Splinter Cell. We 6 years in now. Where is it? 6 years.
Well,
Splinter Cell. Okay.
Yeah.
well that, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole
Um,
thing. But
What? Hold on.
what? Huh?
What? Nothing.
What?
Facts.
No, I think with I thought the Sony showcase was strong. That was my whole thing. I thought it was a strong showcase, regardless. Like Spider-Man was great. I think Forspoken actually was one game I was really looking at. I was like, oh shoot, because the last time I saw it, I wasn't looking at it too closely, but for some reason, I guess they showed more footage or
Yeah,
whatever.
they ain't show
it was
nothing
this
before.
time.
They ain't show really nothing. It's the
That
first time they
interested
showed it.
me. Yeah. that really interests me. I think before it was just like a couple clips or something, and then it was
Yeah, it wasn't much.
yeah.
It wasn't much.
Yeah.
They had
I mean-
that one game that was totally off brand for PlayStation, and I was super intrigued to see it in their showcase and excited to see it in the showcase. And I can't pronounce it because the word doesn't make sense.
Chia?
Yeah, so TCHIA.
Chia.
Is
Yeah.
that Chia?
Yeah,
Chia,
that
okay.
game was cool.
That game looked beautiful and just totally in my mind. I was like, this looks like an Xbox game.
Yeah.
This is in a PlayStation showcase, and this looks like an Xbox game. Fucking Kate.
Kate.
What the?
But I just,
Not
that
me.
was one that really like I was like, oh, this is cool. Like Sony's kind of branching in ways. Like I can see that they're doing different things. That's something that I wouldn't have thought that I'd see on a Sony showcase 2 years ago, something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I liked the Sony showcase was good. It wasn't very strong for me. I was expecting a lot just because a lot of people were saying so much. So what I was hearing to what we saw, I was just like, okay. Those games that, KOTOR and Wolverine, Spider-Man, those were cool. Those I liked a lot. It just wanted just a couple more first party titles in there, and that like it's either Silent Hill or Metal Gear Solid or something along the lines that really or Siphon Filter, because that was another rumor that was going around.
I think maybe this rumors from like those, because when I saw these PlayStation rumors going around the last couple days, I'm like, these guys are fucking crazy. Like, there's no way that like all of this stuff is happening. But I think a lot
Not
of them
in
were
40 minutes.
taking it seriously, and I think that dampened a lot of people's like enjoyment for the show when what they showed was like Gran Turismo 7 gameplay, God of War gameplay. We got new game announcements of surprise games, freaking Wolverine. You know what I mean? Like,
Matt, I have a question.
Yeah.
For based on that, what did you expect with the Xbox show?
the Xbox show was a 10 out of 10 for me. The PlayStation
Yeah, but
show
like
was a 9.
before it happened, what did you expect?
I expected less. In a way, they overachieved, right? For me, the PlayStation show was what I was hoping it would be. For me, the Xbox show was way beyond my comprehension and expectations of what they would put together, right? Because I've trained myself to like be a little bit more reserved with the Xbox expectations at the big shows, because they make big announcements randomly at times, and then they like kind of disappoint sometimes when they go for like their moment, right? When it's like their time to shine, when all the eyes are on them and they got to come through, they like kind of baffle people with some of the stuff they do. But this time at E3, they came through strong, and they set they put the gaming world on notice, right? Like, this is our future. This isn't even all the stuff that you already know about. This is all new stuff. You know what I mean? And check this out.
Right.
It's all coming out within the next couple of years on Game Pass. Like, that's what Xbox's message was. And I felt strongly, because this was PlayStation's show this year. They did not have another show, right? I felt like this was the only chance that PlayStation had this year to really step forward and show the goods. What is their next year or two going to look like? What is the big announcements they have? And I felt like, beforehand, if you watched before we went live, I was like, they need to have, I think there's going to be a third-party surprise announcement, right? We got that with the KOTOR, right? I think there's going to be an announcement from Insomniac but I want another hero. I don't want more Spider-Man, because we've been getting that. Like, for me, like, Spider-Man is awesome, but it doesn't excite me as the possibility of something new, right? And what I didn't expect is to get that plus Spider-Man 2. We got both.
Fact.
So that blew my mind. And people walk away from it like saying like, hey, that was kind of a disappointment. We didn't really get that much. We didn't just get Spider-Man 2, which was just a rumor and people were hoping for. We also got Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right? And KOTOR Remake, which is one of the most requested things out there, period. Right? And this is not just a remaster. This is a remake. It's different.
Right.
Sony
Right, it's a
had a
difference.
lot of remakes and remasters though in this show.
They did. Uncharted,
And
like that was there
Uncharted
too.
was a disappointment.
Your
Nobody's
$70
asking for that.
Uncharted.
Nobody's asking.
It better
for
not
Yeah.
be $70. I swear.
that. It doesn't matter. I'm not buying it.
The Ghostwire thing.
No,
the-
sir.
That was pretty awesome. The Ghostwire.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
That one
second
was
showing,
good.
that was freaking
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm like
Project
trying to
Eve,
remember everything.
Project
else in
Eve,
Yeah.
that looked good.
See that Project Eve at first, I thought it was freaking. It looked like Scarlet Nexus at first. I was like, "Is this fucking Scarlet Nexus or some shit?" And then I was like, "Oh, it is. No, it's Project Eve."
It was awesome. But I don't know how many y'all follow like a lot of forums on PlayStation and on Facebook, but them dudes was crapping all over it. So I'm saying, first of all, they didn't talk much, as both companies are learning. Nobody wants to hear that developer interviews until the end, or so they brought a lot of gameplay. They brought a lot of games or a couple games that you didn't even know was being made.
Yeah.
They had some surprise stuff with the KOTOR, the Wolverine, the Spider-Man 2 was awesome. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, listen, what do y'all expect them to show?
Yeah.
What did y'all want? They're in there, PlayStation people's bashing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes when God give you a mouth, that don't mean you're supposed to speak, and fingers you shouldn't be typing, because y'all crazy. What did you want from them?
They're expecting that
First of all, they ain't
$70
said anything.
experience.
I mean, or $10 extra for haptic triggers. We're not gonna go there, but it's just like, what did you want? We saw games that they talked about, they never had gameplay for. Last year they showed Ragnarok, they showed a title. Now you show gameplay. Oh my God, looks the same. It looks like my PS4. First of all, you're watching a
let's be real here
stream.
too. That's why I think a lot of people are actually a little disappointed in this show, because they were underwhelmed by God of War.
Okay, but
But
if they
how?
wanted it to
God
look
of War looks
different,
beautiful.
they
It
would
looks
have had to
beautiful
wait another 5
anyway.
years. It does, but like honestly, if you don't want them to use the same engine or whatever, like you're gonna have to wait another 5 years or so, 10 years for them to
But
rebuild a game.
I
Did
agree.
you
I
see the
agree.
fur? Did you see the fur with the snow on the shoulders?
Yeah.
Did you see that mink he was wearing? That was awesome.
I thought it looked
I mean,
great,
what did they
personally.
right?
I
What did
agree
they
with you.
want?
But they expected
And
the
then
same.
they looking at a stream, right? Did you go? Not you, but did they go back and look at the 4K uploads? People said at
No,
Xbox,
no.
oh, it didn't look good, but they specifically said after the live stream, you can rewatch it in 4K after the show. Same thing Sony did. You cannot stream in 4K. You cannot.
I think what
YouTube
they
doesn't allow it.
expected was the same feeling they had when the original God of War was shown when the other God of War was shown for the first time, right? And because they didn't have that same wow factor feeling, because they've already experienced this, that was disappointing to a lot of them, because they were thinking that next PS5 experience, whatever. But this is a cross-gen game, and it was more God of War, which for me was like, hey, that's all it needs to be, right? Same way I feel about Far Cry 6, and I know a lot of people are underwhelmed about that right now. I have the same feeling about that. Like Far Cry 6, I'm like super excited for. Pong, you've been quiet, man. Come on, what?
When's he supposed to talk?
Yeah, I know. Xbox.
None of us are talking.
Xbox's first party, like, where is it at, like, compared to the competition?
It's the Avalanche, baby. We already talked about this. I think a ton. Anybody who looks at realistically what's going on understands that with 35 teams, I mean, the first party is overwhelming. There's no doubt about that. Again, these teams aren't sitting around with their feet kicked up on their desk wondering what they're going to do. They're busy at work. A lot of them, I know a lot of people are disappointed because we haven't seen a whole lot of first party come out yet for Xbox. But a lot of them were finishing up projects that were cross-gen that were, already ongoing when Xbox came in and acquired them, like Obsidian, In Exile. So those teams are just starting to get through their first projects that as a first party studio for Xbox. So again, these next years are lined up. 2022 is going to be fantastic. Okay. 2023 is going to be ridiculous for what they've got lined up first party wise. And I think that's just the start. I mean, that's where it just goes. And That's what we know about, but what we don't know about is also going to be coming down the pipeline, and that's going to just add to everything they've got going on. So yeah, no, I think we've covered it multiple different ways. Sony can't compete content wise. That's why you see them money hatting things like KOTOR. That's why you see them buying this exclusivity nonstop left and right whenever possible. And I think that's going to continue because they can't. Now we've seen them make a couple acquisitions here and there. And they're going to start to kind of ramp up a little bit. They have to. Again, there's no doubt about it. But they're going to have to fill all the spaces in between that they don't have anything. And when Xbox is putting out one AAA game every single quarter, that's going to be a problem, right? Just from the standpoint of when people look at value that we've talked about, when they look at their ecosystems and they see AAA after AAA coming out, sometimes we're going to have a AAA game every 2 months, every 3 months, depending on how they line them up.
Yeah.
And Sony's going to have to, fill that spot. And that's what they're doing again. I'm with you, Mav. On the Sony show itself, it gave me as a gamer everything I was looking for now, because I don't own a PS5. I will own one this generation. I always own, both of those consoles. I don't buy Nintendo consoles, but I will always own the big two. And I need Sony to tell me why I need a PS5. And it's not now, because there's nothing right now that says to me I have to have a PS5. And again, I'm happy for all the people that love Demon Souls and everybody that loves Ratchet and Clank and all. Those aren't games for me. So I need something. Okay. Forspoken. Huh?
Wolverine, maybe?
Wolverine is one, but Forspoken is the first.
Horizon will be mine.
Forspoken is the first one, and Horizon looks. I loved Zero Dawn. I loved it. I don't know if it's one that I have to go get a PlayStation 5 for, but look, Forspoken being a 2-year exclusive, yeah, I'm not waiting around. Okay, that's not going to happen. So, Forspoken will be the one game that probably drives me to go get a PlayStation 5.
And hopefully they're available.
Yeah, hopefully they're available. If they're not, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to have so much content on Xbox. I really don't miss it. It's not like something where I'm like, oh my God. Like back in the day when I got my PS4, and I started on PS4, Sony last gen, I started there first. There were times when I was looking over at Xbox going, God dang it, I really need something else to play right now. I'd love to have an Xbox right now. For the couple years I didn't have one, I was like, God, man, that Xbox would be really nice right now, just to kind of fill in the role. Right now, that's not necessary because Xbox has got so much coming out, because Game Pass is ridiculous. And again, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm an Xbox guy first this gen, because man, there's just nothing better than opening up weekly and seeing something new, whether it's a small game or whether it's a big game, it doesn't matter. And we haven't even gotten to the big first party stuff that's coming out yet. So, but the Sony show did show me that hope and promise, just like 2015, 2016, that hope and promise was there, and they're saving stuff. Now, again, if it was me, I was one of those guys out there when I did the prediction shows, on the shop podcast and stuff. I had a lot because if it's me, I'd be the same way with Xbox, right? When we did the Xbox prediction shows, I predicted a lot. I'd show the whole kit and caboodle. Whatever you got, I'm throwing at you, right? And because I want to see all that stuff, and I don't care if it kind of diminishes things down the road. I just would throw everything at everybody. But we know Sony's withholding stuff right now. They've got other studios. When we were talking about before, Xbox, whether or not they need a superhero game. And I saw people in the chat making very valid points. Sony's got a lot of missing pieces. Yes, they do. And we know for a fact they're trying to play catch up right now with Xbox. They are out there. They're making deals. They are funding studios to make first-person shooters, to make games as a service, to go and do these things that they currently don't have. They're chasing Xbox in a lot of ways right now, but they're out there doing it, and they withheld a lot of that stuff. And it's obvious because they're going to need to compete next year, because next year Microsoft's E3 show, oh good Lord, you thought this year was good? Next year is going to be outrageous.
I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox has another show later this year.
Correct. They could have an XO. They could use the VGAs, which I'm sure they're going to do for some announcements. But next year, as they talk on E3 stage about what's finishing up, obviously Starfield's going to be a huge part of that show. But as they're going to talk about things rolling into 2023, like I said, 2023 on paper is probably going to be the best year in the history of video games across all platforms. There is so much stuff coming. It's not even funny. But Sony's withholding stuff because they're going to have to show things again to fill those spaces that they are missing on, that they have to be able to have an answer when Xbox comes out and says, hey, we got this game, and this game in the next 3 months for people. Sony's going to have to come back with a show and say, hey, here's some more hope and promise for you guys. Here's some more light at the end of the tunnel for you guys and gals. This is what we've got coming. Don't worry. We got plenty of content. So I can see the plan. But yeah, no, I mean, Sony can't compete as far as a content standpoint. Xbox has got them beat at every turn in terms of numbers because they've got the teams, man. This is why they did what they did, and they're not done. They're not done. They've been quiet. I know everybody, acquisition season, and everybody's been talking about acquisitions. I'm all for it. I love acquisitions. I don't care. People could say, just focus on what they got. They got 35 teams. I want more. I don't care. I watch Embracer Group over here with 80 devs. Okay. I don't care. Yeah. I want Xbox to continue to buy because I'm selfish. I've got Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah. I want more stuff.
The games in Game Pass. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So that's where I'm at.
Shout out to Chet Sandberg. Sorry, I was going to read this earlier and I stopped reading it, but I appreciate you. $5 super chat. It says, as an Xbox guy, I feel a bit like the rich kid who's upset the poor kid has a nice toy. Wolverine, Spider-Man. Let them have it. We're good.
Respectful.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good one. And Victor Alstain with a $2 super chat. You need a universe, not just a character. DC. DC it is.
And Insomniac could be trying to pull that off.
We're gonna have a major problem. We got it right now. We need more. We need more SSD space.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Yes. We got a real major problem. That's the major thing.
Were you saying something, Psycho?
At least
I was going to say xCloud will take care of some of those games that don't need to be saved on your hard drive, so you can just stream them, play them, and then when you're done, that's it. So
Psycho, come on, it's about the fidelity. I don't want to stream in 1080p 60. I got an 8K TV. No, sir. No.
Once the technology meets up, we'll be 4K 60.
Hopefully. But you have a very valid point.
So, we'll see.
Well, xCloud's going to take care of a lot of people. Just not to get off topic here, but again, how important is xCloud going to be if the chip shortage does run into 2023? For all the people that can't go get a series console at the end of this year, their regular OG VCR Xbox is going to be able to go ahead and stream Gen 9 games. Next year, if you can't get that series console and you are a diehard Bethesda fan and you got yourself Game Pass and you want to play Starfield, yes, it's not going to be the same quality, but at the end of the day, you are a diehard. You don't care. You can get 1080 60 because you got yourself an OG VCR and you can stream that. That is a awesome proposition for Xbox. And it's understandable why. Again, they never saw the pandemic coming, but guess what? It's going to promote xCloud better than any kind of marketing they ever could have thought of when that starts to happen. And people go, wait, I can go ahead and pop on Starfield right now. I can stream this. Oh man, I'm good. That is a golden ticket that Xbox has right there.
Pong, you gave me a great idea. I'm going to buy up all the freaking Xbox Ones and then scalp them.
Yep.
There you go.
The ultimate stream machine. Just totally change it up. Yep.
Wow, this
kind
is
of cool about that.
This is a rough super chat there. Ooh.
Yeah, let's get to that. $5 super
absolutely
chat.
Not.
Oh Jesus.
From Abacab 72.
What?
Quick question. Most Xbox fans on Twitter think Phil Spencer should be fired because of KOTOR.
I don't think those
Do
are
you guys
Xbox
feel
fans.
the same way?
Yeah.
I have not seen any Xbox fans. I don't know. Yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
There's only one thing they should do to people that said that. There's an option to delete your account.
Yeah.
KOTOR was deleting your account.
That's Sony fans posing as an Xbox fan. I think, trying to get Phil Spencer fired because they're afraid of what all he's doing.
They can't get Phil Spencer fired. Game
KOTOR
Pass.
was exclusive to the OG Xbox. It had nothing to do with Phil Spencer. So that
But,
license.
I mean,
by-
I have questions,
Psycho.
and I'd
Thank
love
you.
to know what happens when something like this goes down.
Yeah, like
and
was
how-
that
It's
opportunity
weird.
how it gets to
presented
that
Definitely
point.
to Xbox? Yeah,
Like
that's the
fire,
question.
fire the guy that turned around Xbox because he missed
No.
out on one game. No,
No.
no.
And plus, listen, Sony dropped the bag, and
Right.
that's it. They dropped the bag to pay for a limited time exclusive.
I
You
think
can't get
it's-
mad at them for dropping the bag and then people accepting it. That don't mean Microsoft dropped the ball.
No.
Just mean
They
they
don't-
came with the bag first.
KOTOR. I think KOTOR. It was developed by a different publisher for the OG Xbox than what it is now. So that could be a workaround of how the remake is done. Now it's a whole
Well,
different
yeah.
studio.
Yeah, no, Aspire, who's doing it, is made up of a bunch of the old original BioWare devs that worked on KOTOR, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Again, I've got my reservations about this remake. There's questions I do have about it, but again, to know that a lot of the original team is working on it is a great thing. But yeah, like Lemon said, it could just be a case that Sony went to them and either just dropped the bag before Microsoft did or Xbox did, or they just dropped a bigger bag and Xbox wasn't willing to match. Again, I just have questions. It's one of those times I wish I was on the inside and could see how all of this went down. Like you said, Mav, I heard you talk about this on a different show, that at the end of the day, I'm just happy it's being made.
Yes.
I'm happy that it's being done. And if it took Sony going, if it was Xbox just kind of hanging back and really didn't think about it, which I don't know how they couldn't because they know the community. But at the end of the day, if it was just Sony going there and saying, hey, look, what's it going to take to get this thing done? And they got KOTOR made, then I'm all happy.
Yeah.
And again, that's
better
all
to
that
have
matters at
these
the end of the day.
games as exclusive than not at all.
Correct.
That's a fact.
Right?
Yep.
I want to know from Lady.
Lady.
Like, okay, I know your like favorite thing like is Harry Potter,
Lady.
I think, right? So we're getting a Harry Potter
Yes.
game, right?
We are.
Is there
yes.
another like okay, let's say you could pick one thing for
Okay.
Xbox to do that's like a licensed thing that you think would bring in fans. What would you choose?
Lord of the Rings.
Let's go. There's a hole right now. Like they kind of just that may be an opportunity.
Monolith.
Watching, or playing, what was it? The Lord of the Rings War in the North. That was one of my favorite games on 360. I love that game. It was short and sweet, but I loved it. I just think that, I say Lord of the Rings, but now that I'm thinking about it, Xbox has so many fucking fantasy-based RPGs, so maybe not. Percy Jackson.
Ooh,
I would say Percy Jackson because it would bring in Greek mythology, and that is something that's not in video games outside of Hades, really. And it would kind of, go against God of War in a way. Like if Xbox could grab Percy Jackson or something that focuses around that Greek mythology side, I can just see that being a huge, huge win. And Percy Jackson is about to be a TV show on Disney Plus. So I feel like it's going to be really big, the movies didn't do well, but the book series is absolutely phenomenal. And I just can see that being a really, really big hit. So
cool.
It's a fucking fun show, fun books, fun storyline. I could just see that being really good.
The reason I'm asking, because it doesn't necessarily have to be superhero, I guess, because it could be anything.
No.
That's going to bring it on.
I don't think
it has
so.
the same
I
effect.
mean, yeah.
Right? Phasma, same question to you. Like one thing, anything. Like that's like a licensed IP.
A Mandalorian game.
Mandalorian game?
I really want a Mandalorian game.
What if they made a Captain Phasma game? Just focus.
She said that earlier.
I said that earlier. I would love that. That would be awesome.
Okay. And I want to know from Kate, if there's one thing, one IP licensed, like what would you want?
Food Network.
Food Network, the game exclusively on Xbox.
Yeah, like a cooking simulator.
I would fucking be all about that shit. Let's be real.
Do you get to play as like a TV,
this Sunday
like,
is Halloween baking championship, everybody.
Yes.
Mark your fucking calendars.
I mean, they make all other kinds of simulators. They do have a cooking simulator. I think that they need to make more games like that.
Right.
For me.
Yeah, you're playing Bus Simulator right now.
Girlie, you need a PC where you need to play these games on your PC. PC's overwhelmed with simulators. So I think you will find some amazing shit on there. Some amazing
Premier Jeans.
I think
you would love my Harvest Moon games. I'm telling you, you would love Story of Seasons.
I think Kate is actually a PC gamer. She just doesn't realize it.
I don't know.
Yeah, once she finds out she can hook up her Xbox controller to her PC, she'll be.
Oh, I already have that whole setup.
Yeah.
I don't really play on my PC either. Don't worry, Kate. I have it all. Like I can, I just don't.
With you, I don't either.
I don't know why. Like I can't get into it. Like it just feels
it's
like a
so weird.
world.
I know.
You know because the community is not there. That's what it is.
It's not only that. No, I know like 90% of my friends that I used to play with all play on PC now. They all left Xbox and went to PC, and then I kind of stayed on Xbox. I'm comfortable with the Xbox interface. That is where it is for me. When I go to PlayStation, it feels wonky. Title, going in to party chats and stuff like that. It's weird. Navigating Steam, same shit.
Yeah,
so that's really where it comes down to me.
Yeah.
That why we all prefer Xbox. It feels more alive.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe
Xbox Live.
All right. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold, guys. So like this is like
we
an
can tell.
ongoing battle I have with myself, trying not to cough and sneeze and stuff. But
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hey, you catch this up?
Ask the guys over at Insomniac about it.
We be playing some Red Dead later, and you can see us having some cocaine gum.
Cocaine gum.
Let's get that cocaine gum.
I got a game that might change the industry for Xbox.
What's that?
Minecraft 2. Make it exclusive to Xbox.
Like, I just don't know how they could do Minecraft 2. Like, what is it going to look like?
How do you do a Minecraft 2?
Like,
I mean, listen,
I
don't know.
Improve graphics?
But I'm just saying, if they made one, there's always a possible for it too.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if they made Minecraft as huge as it is, and they own it, only on Xbox and where Game Pass is played, that's a huge community that would have to be on PC or Xbox or Xbox Series S only.
I feel like everybody would just still play Minecraft 1.
They probably would, unless you start, but I'm just saying,
No, I hear you.
That is something they own. That's making them billions of dollars, and they, it's on everything. But if they made that the second part and just put things the other one don't have, then, of course, a sequel always put something that the other one don't have, even though Minecraft is crazy. But
yeah,
I think that would be.
I see
crazy.
back from Dead in the chat saying that I just have to kick my cardboard animal cracker habit and my cold will go away. That'll never happen. I will live with a cold to eat animal crackers. It's worth it. Duke to go 13 says 2 Human best game ever. I actually think it was underrated, but I don't know about best game ever. And Crazy Louie with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. So I totally agree on Microsoft buying more studios. I'm waiting for that nuke bomb when they purchase Take-Two and WB Games. It will be awesome for Game Pass. Man, it's like
and EA and
EA and Ubisoft and Capcom and all that and above.
Square Enix.
Service note, everybody. All you Halo fans out there, Halo Infinite. Get registered as an insider. You have 3 days. At 13th is the cutoff day. And anybody who's registered as a Halo Insider will have access to play in the next Halo flight test on September the 24th, which is going to include Big Team Battle. And I can't freaking wait. Let's go, Halo. The last one was absolutely amazing, so I can't imagine how good it's
2 weeks. 2 more weeks, folks.
Yeah. We get that. And then it's going to be a short path onto Infinite. We have a new show coming for this channel. And we have one of the people that's going to be on that show here right now, actually, as she is directly below me on the screen. Phasma is going to be a panel member on the new show. I will make an announcement of more panel members later, as well as what the show is going to be called, what it's going to be about, and everything when we have some more information. But to share But I want to
Ooh.
give a shout out to everybody here. This was a fun time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in the chat. You guys were absolutely amazing. Again, as always, thank you so much. I want to thank our two special guests for the show today, Phasma and Lemon. Thank you for hanging out with us so much. Just want to make sure everybody knows where they can find you on Twitter, Phasma. Like, yeah, I think you got like more followers than anybody here, actually. No, maybe Lady, you and Lady are like really, really close on Twitter with the follower count. But like, where can everybody find you if they don't already know where?
On Twitter at AKA Phasma. Also, I am a writer reviewer for Season Gaming. So you can find my work at seasongaming.com.
Yeah, and the last review I think you did was was it 12 minutes?
Song of Iron.
Song of Iron.
That's
Song
right.
of Iron.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Song of Iron. Yeah, which actually was really good. That was a really good review, and
Thank
I was
you.
impressed. So check that out, guys. And she
game.
gave it a fair score. It was very.
Did you ever
objective.
get your Immortals Phoenix Rising review out, Phasma?
She
Oh,
did,
yeah,
and it was
I
really
did.
good.
I'm just
Thanks.
joking. I know.
Oh, okay.
I just remember the running joke at the time.
They still, they still talk about that.
It was a
Yeah,
long
I'm
game.
sure.
It was a long
It's a
game.
long
Give her shit, or don't give her shit about that. Like, I got lost in that game and put it down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
There's
know that
lots to
she
do.
actually played it though, right? As opposed to
Yeah.
like other reviewers
finished
who may
it,
like
yeah.
plowed through the story only, or just like didn't,
You can't plow through that game.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Season Gaming. We actually finish the games
Right.
that we review. So, honest reviews.
Yeah. Fair critiques too. Lemon, dude. Again, I told everybody about your awesome channel before, but make sure they know about that. The link's in the description below as well. So tell everybody where they can find you, dude. And thank you again for being here.
No, thanks for having me, man. And bro, when you came out, remember I told you, I said, listen, I got to get you on and do this. But I have to say something, man. I got to shout out to my 4GQ TV homies, man, PK and Clowns, because that's who brought me and you together. You know what I'm saying? That was the glue. That was the glue in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? So those guys brought me into you. I've been watching your channel ever since we've been introduced. I said, yo, I hit up Mav. I said, listen, I got to get him on the Dragon's Den, man, because you do organic stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you what this community does. Everybody get to meet each other. Hopefully one time you get to E3 and we can hang out. Same thing with you, Pong, and everybody here, man. It's just, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And you can find me at 108 Dragons TV on everything, man. Dragons Den Saturdays at 6. And yeah, or any day during the week doing content or developer interviews I do. Listen, man, thank y'all for having me. It's an amazing show. Very energetic podcast. Y'all are crazy, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only crazy person on the internet. I learned that this week. Like, God damn, there's a lot of people with some good energy out here. So I love the good energy situation, man. And thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, and keep up all the great work on your channel, man. 100%. You can't help but get hyped when you watch Lemon on
that's what Mike said. He said, Mike said, I'll be down, but as soon as you turn you on, you be happy for every reason. I said,
Yeah.
Well, it's gaming. We supposed to be happy. That's a fact.
And then first in my heart, my lovely wife, Kaitlin, where can everybody find you, baby?
You can find me on Twitter at KaitlinX0615 and here every Friday. And I want to thank the panel, the guests, and the chat. You guys were amazing tonight.
Yeah, the chat's awesome. And Lady AF, super fun as always.
Fun.
Super fun.
Where can
She get a
everybody
shirt.
find you,
Super
lady?
fun. You can find me here every Friday, on Tuesdays with the Noobs and Pros, Wednesdays Gaming Beyond the Box, and you can find me on the Twitters causing a fucking scene usually. No, you can find me there at lady_AF. That's LAIDY_AF.
Cool. 3-bet. Where you at, man? Tell everybody about what you're up to in your
3-Bit's drunk.
channel and all
Goodness
that.
gracious, boy.
I know 3-Bit's
Goodness
drunk because
gracious.
when he's
You've
drunk,
got the drunk lane. Holy shit.
when he's
He
drunk,
does
he's
sit
so
just
laid
like that when
back.
he's drunk, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
He does.
Yep,
he does
does.
sit like that when he's drunk. It's his. I always tell him, I'm like, you've got your
So
drunk lane.
3-Bit, when's Splinter Cell coming out? Let's go.
Y'all don't know me. You guys can follow me on Twitter at TheVideoGamesHD. My YouTube channel is TheVideoGamesHD. I'm on this show and also Xbox Factor every Tuesday. Yes, with Pong and Zemi. And wow, I am
Oh my god.
yeah, Pong, Zemi, and all that. So thank you guys for coming. Phasma, Dragons, you guys. Thank you guys
Appreciate you,
for
brother.
showing up. So
And
See
what
you guys
about
on
those
next
bounty hunters again? 3-Bit.
bounty, what the heck?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know the
So
bounty
confused.
hunters. There's like bounty hunters that fly with jetpacks and stuff. You know.
Oh,
I think
I
one
don't
of
know
them's named
anything about
Fett.
Yeah.
Boba?
Fett
Are we
sucker?
talking about Boba Fett and what?
No. Okay. Mellow fellow, my man from outer space. Where can everybody find your channel and all your
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah. First chat, thanks for coming out tonight. You guys were awesome. Lemon, thanks for being here, man. You're fantastic.
Appreciate you.
Phasma, thanks for coming.
Thanks
And,
for having me.
Yeah, you guys can find me everywhere on social media at Psychonauts8. You can find me on my YouTube channel at Gamer Chat Podcast. Gamer Chat's one word. You can find me Tuesdays with Lady at Players of Everything, Masters of None. Wednesdays with Mav and Kaitlin on Fun Pop, and the M7 on Friday on Xbox Ultimate. Thanks, guys.
Heck yeah, dude. And the man with the longest outro in all of podcasting, the one and only Pong Soul. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Family, love you guys. Again, nothing better than ending my Friday night, my week here with you guys. Lupa, miss you. Hope you're getting better, girl, and hope to have you back here real soon. But man, again, just love you guys. Love being here. It's just such a great feeling. Lemon, awesome to have you on the show tonight, brother. Thank you so much for being here. You know that energy, and it's always great to get to hear you and to hear your thoughts. And Phasma, absolutely a pleasure to have you, and I can't wait to hear about this new show you got going on with Mav, and get to hear you every Saturday. Thank you so much for being here again. I love you.
Super excited. I love all of you guys. So it was
no, it's
really
fantastic.
Yeah.
You fit right in, and again, you're part of the fam. So great to have you here. Absolutely. But otherwise, chat, you guys
Psycho.
were phenomenal tonight. So many good people in here each and every week. And again, we can't do this without you. So thank you all for coming out and the continuous support that you guys give us, and all the new people we're seeing too. This is just great. But Pong Soul,
A lot of new names tonight.
you know the drill. You get to get it. Xbox, Twitter. Otherwise, if you didn't hear me talk enough tonight, guess what? I got good news for you, because tomorrow morning, just go ahead and set your alarm. Less than 12 hours, you're gonna get to hear me again with my brother from another, Steel Rain, on Living Split Screen, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, 3 p.m. UK time. Come on over. We're gonna cover the entire Sony show, because we are non-console exclusive over there. So we are going to talk about that show. We're going to break down every game, guaranteed. Steel and I are going to go for probably a minimum of 3 hours tomorrow. That's just how we roll. So Living Split Screen tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night, the Shop Podcast, PTK Blam, Centurion, Fuzzy Belvedere, and maybe we'll get Staggerilla back this week. Come check us out there, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. Tuesdays, you know the drill. Back over there with 3-Bit, as he was just talking about, and of course, with Mr. Boomstick and Zemi Games, and Mav's been showing up a lot too. So we always got good stuff to talk about there on the Xbox Factor podcast, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, it's the golden age of gaming. Play what you love what you play. We got so much good stuff coming. There's no way you can't be excited. So just get out there this weekend, play some games. Love you all, and we'll talk to you soon.
Play the Artful Escape on Game Pass, guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
really
play
good.
the Artful
Yes.
Escape.
Pretty,
It is really
it's
good.
Quick game, or it's not like super quick, but it's a quick game. Yeah, play it. It's good shit. Also, I forgot to say earlier that I'm going to be guesting on the Backlog Chronicle podcast this Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So you guys can
Awesome.
catch me there on Sunday.
Shout out to Mo,
Awesome.
K-Med,
Mo
and
and
Jordan,
K-Med.
and all those guys over there.
Mike.
Great Mike, great show. Backlog. All right, guys. So remember, this podcast could also be found on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more, as well as Fun Pop, which is also Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can find that there as well. We have a new panel member on that show. I will announce that for sure on Wednesday when we go live there as well. And also look for information on this new show coming up. We are going to be having a fun time talking about. I'll tell you what when I announce it, but super excited about that. And thank you again to panel chat. You guys fucking rock. Vic the Click, $5 super chat real quick. Amazing show, ladies and gents. I try to make it when you're live, but I catch them late if I'm not. I appreciate everybody that is watch these after the fact when they're not live. And I know there's a lot of you because like usually the views of these podcasts actually is about double after we're live, right? So I super appreciate everybody, whether you're here live now, whether you're watching later after the fact, or whether you listen on audio platforms, whether you just tune in and check out a stream when I'm just hanging out, just playing games, or you show up to one of the other random things that we do. Super appreciate everybody 100%. And channel members as well. Thank you guys. You all rock. Love you all. You have a great night. It's a great time to be a gamer. Have fun playing games. Game on. Bye-bye.
Bye.